shout out to the class of 1978, doing great work.
I made two, Justin, you know. So we should be good for the rest of the year. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. You can start at any time you want. I got 12:49, so you can go ahead. Just let me know.
No, you said I feel it's being graduated when I graduated. No, it's good. But graduating
Yes, sir. In the room? Yeah, I'll make that's fine. I'll leave you up all this.
Right through. Hey, Joe. Break.
Go back. I'll check the sponsors.
I can see the field. Wait.
I see the stream from the internet. Ask him, is the stream on? Ask him that? He jumped off. It wasn't our fault. Saying, but it ain't just me. You don't tell somebody after the fact that no, you don't get paid for a amount of money. So that's me now. That's me. I don't know about you. We just created one with their name and the scoreboard, but in order for me to put it up, I gotta switch to something else first. So I'm gonna play the intro now.
You're supposed to go live. Don't screw yourself up.
You know, so we can get both the field and their names on the same at the same time. You can't put the names once the live feed is up.
But I think we're probably going to go live now, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Because I want to do a little
Okay, so I'm gonna play the intro now and then come back live. All right, play the intro now.
Your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and decorative gravel. We also offer a huge variety of natural thin veneer stone and custom cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901. Update your home with a long-lasting beauty of natural
Prime
stone
events
at the
in
Hard
South
Yard.
Jersey SportsTalk
Supply
present the
in Mount
Rancocas Valley Red Devils and the West Jersey Football League. This live coverage is presented by Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day and the community-minded businesses of Mount Holly and Southern New Jersey. Now, to the field.
Homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901. Update your home with a long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and
Prime
decorative
events
gravel.
in
We
South
also
Jersey
offer a huge
SportsTalk
variety
present
of
the
natural
Rancocas
thin
Valley
veneer
Red
and
Devils
custom
and
cut
the
stone.
West Jersey
We can help you
Football
plan
League.
the job, rent
This
the
live
tools,
coverage is
and deliver.
presented by
Whether
Bill
you're a
Gordon
homeowner or
Mount Holly Pro
contractor,
Day
the best place to
and the
buy natural
community-minded
stone products
businesses
is
of
at
Mount
Lippincott
Holly and
Supply,
Southern New Jersey.
downtown Mount Holly.
Now, to the field.
And $15. Support. Everything that we put in goes right back into the program. It's going to be an amazing day. I want to shout out and salute the Trenton Central High School class of 1978. They are celebrating their 4-year class reunion. 3 days of events. They're here today supporting the school. Our national anthem today will be sung by one of those members, the Reverend Al Matlock. Should be amazing. Members are walking around Seadown and participating. Once again, the voter registration booth is set up right by the ticket purchases. Make sure if you're not registered or you're uncertain about that, stop over and do that today. Shout out and salute to John X. Smart, the president of the NAACP, making that available for us. Once again, voter registration table is set up right over by the ticket purchasing booth. If you're not sure, do that today. You can't watch the news, purchase the TV, and not be a registered voter. Get it together.
We'll find out after these shows.
And there are the home cookings.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to Rancocas Valley Football as they travel to Trenton to take on the Tornadoes. My name's Tony Blum. Be joined by Dave Klemic momentarily. Another big game for Rancocas Valley, especially coming off their loss last week to Williamstown, who's proving to be one of the top teams in South Jersey, disposing of Millville yesterday in convincing fashion, 38-6. We'll be back to take a look at both these teams, Trenton and Rancocas Valley, right after these words. All right, back here at Trenton, you can see both teams lined up in the respective sidelines. Beautiful day for football. Haven't seen the sun much in the last 12 days or so. Welcome sight here Saturday afternoon from Trenton. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Don't stop, Trout. Don't let him defeat you.
Live rendition of the national anthem. Some technical difficulties with the microphone and the wireless connection, but I think we all get the gist.
We apologize, his mic was out of the range. We apologize. Contest is being conducted according to the rules of New Jersey State High School Athletic Association. These rules provide for a fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play in any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to.
So we're now going to have the toss of the coin as the captains, co-captains are sent out for both teams. As you can see, a beautiful day. One thing I did notice when I went down on the field and talked to the coaches about it, it's almost as if they're playing this in the rough at the British Open. Grass is very high, but I don't think it's going to affect either team here this afternoon. The Tornadoes dressed in their orange uniforms with black trim, and Rancocas Valley in their traveling whites with red trim.
Let's go to Central High School taking on Rancocas Valley. Should be a great ball game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
So Rancocas Valley will defend the goal to our left and will receive. Trenton will kick off, deferring to the second half where they will receive the football. They are 1-0 are the Tornadoes. They run the spread in the I formation. Coach Heislip says he likes to get the ball to the hot hand. On defense, they play the 4-3, look to pressure. Offensively, they want to play fast and play right to the whistle. They'll run some things that RV hasn't seen before on tape. The defense must contain Bryce Mangine and the passing game. Key on offense to be disciplined, mentally tough for 4 quarters, and pay attention to the little things. On defense, can't let Mangine pick them apart, and special teams could play a big role. For the Red Devils, coming off the 17-6 loss to Williamstown, they won't have Danny Condris, their explosive punt returner and wide receiver, has an ankle injury. From what I'm told, he will, however, be back next week. Coach Hausman says they made too many mistakes on offense and defense last week. Lined up in the wrong position, made mental mistakes. The offense must block better and secure the first level. They got to get back to basics. Don't try to do too much, he said. Must get the run game going to make the passing effective. On defense, must play with gap integrity. They're giving up some size. They must use their quickness. Can't let them make big plays and just get better overall. So we're just about set to get this one underway. Short kick. Coming up, fumbling, but then able to recover. But no, it's recovered by Trenton. A scramble. Let's see who's got it. No, Rancocas Valley was able to just get back and get that reception. Ty Matlock tried to pick it up, but I think he was looking upfield and took his eye off the ball. Lucky for Rancocas Valley to be able to secure that ball. Would not have been a good way to get this one underway. As I mentioned, Danny Condris will not play. He'll be replaced by Mateo Assis. Quarterback, of course, Bryce Mangine. Anthony Moses in the backfield, along with Ty Matlock. Jameer Washington is a wide receiver, along with Jerome Hill, who splits out to the right side. Ball at the 23-yard line. Long count. And Gene looking to the sideline. And now a whistle. 5-yard walk-off. Still no indication as to what that was. 5-yard walk-off makes it 1st and 15 for the Red Devils. Mangine with the inside counter. Not much there at all. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. They've lost a couple yards there, so now 2nd down. We'll call it 16. Red Devils in a hole early on. Carlos Vasquez in the backfield with Mangine here. Here's Mangine with the snap, sets, throws deep to the left side, intended for Washington, who makes the catch for the 1st down. Across the 35 to the 38-yard line as Mangine lays it in there perfectly, and the 6'3" Washington able to make the over-the-shoulder catch. He is just a junior. So RV getting themselves out of a big hole, picking up the 1st down on the pass play. Mangine, the snap. Vasquez to the left side with a blocker in front. Has the corner near another 1st down. Nicely designed play there by Rancocas Valley as they pulled the guard, it appeared, and he was escorting Vasquez, who picked up 9, nearly another 1st down. They're looking to get that ground game going that really hasn't been effective this year. Of course, when you have Iverson Klemic toting the ball last year, it makes the ground game a lot easier. Hill splits to the right side. 2nd and a yard. Mangine takes it himself to the left side, turns, has the 1st, and then out of bounds. Inside the midfield line at around the 49-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him just outside the midfield line, but picked up enough for the 1st down. First down, we'll call it the 49-yard line of Rancocas Valley. Trips to the right side, the quick pitch to Vasquez. Vasquez looking to turn the corner, makes the turn, then tripped just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 45-yard line of Trenton. So thus far in the early going, the ground game has been effective.
Brings up 2nd and 5. Rancocas Valley ball.
Justin Gray is split out to the left side. Slot formation is Washington, and a slot formation to the right side as well. Mangine with a 2nd and 5, and now timeout called by Trenton. So with 9:52 left in this opening quarter, there is no score. Alimo Group for over 45 years has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey and in New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used Alimo Group services for years, and the firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. Alimo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create what you need. Phone the Alimo Group 609-267-8310 or visit them at 200 High Street in Mount Holly. Some of the games that are important to our viewers from last night: St. Joe's, of course, knocks off St. Augustine in convincing fashion, 30-8. Winslow Township beating Cherokee 34-14. Lenape takes care of Vineland 17-14. Hamilton in a bit of a surprise, 21-17 over Shawnee. And of course, Williamstown with a big win over Millville, 38-6. 2nd down and 5, again with double slot formation. Mangine. Plenty of time with a pump fake. Throws deep to the left side. He's got his man, and he throws it short. But a whistle on the, I should say a marker on the play, pardon me. Let's see if they're going to call interference on the Tornadoes. Washington had a step, but the pass underthrown. And the interference call is against the Tornadoes. Mangine has gone to Washington now twice, once with the reception and once with the interference call. Has great size at 6'3". So the sticks say 2nd down. Don't exactly know what that means, but it says 2nd down for Rancocas Valley. Now they change it to 1st down. Must have hurt us. Mangine. Here's the give. Right side. Vasquez again. Continues driving, and he's knocked down after yet another 1st down. Inside the 20. Near the 15. So Vasquez injecting some life into this Rancocas Valley ground game, but this one is coming back. It's a hold against the Red Devils. Ball will be moved back to the 38-yard line of Trenton. 9:28 left. Opening quarter of play, we have no score. 1st and 20. Mangine rolling left, throws on the run. This one's complete to Myers. Myers with a nice gain inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Still short of the 1st down, but you don't want to try to get it all at once. You want to try to pick it up in pieces, and there's a big piece right there. Now 2nd down and 8. Manageable for the Red Devils. Nicely designed play there again, as rolling to his left was Mangine. Found Myers wide open in the left flat and was able to gain additional yardage after the reception. Mangine ducking under center. You don't see this too often. Inside trap. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez breaks out from the clear, and Vasquez is close to another first down. Just shy of the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up third and probably less than a yard. Well, Vasquez has been doing it. The running game impressive here in this first quarter of play. Let's see how they work it here. Trenton has superior size on their defensive line, so now a whistle, timeout again called by Trenton. 7:51 remaining in this first quarter of play. Trenton and RV. There is no score. So have you heard of Boom? Try it
Looking
again.
for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car could be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and
Unlimited 45-minute camps, personalized nutrition guidance, one-on-one focus meetings with the trainers, and complimentary child watch. For more information or to sign up, visit our website at burnbootcamp.com, Payne Sport-NJ, or call 856-924-8824. So third and a yard, although I would have to venture to guess that Coach Dan Houseman is going to go for it on fourth down as well. Mangine under center. Now timeout called. Don't know exactly why they stopped play, but Trenton did get another player on the field defensively. So we'll try it again. Third and a yard. Just outside the 20. Quarterback sneak easily picked up by Mangine. Mark it at the 17-yard line of Trenton.
Run by number 7, Mangine. Mangine over there. 7:47 is our time remaining. First third. Look there. First and 10, Rancocas Valley.
At the 17-yard line, Rancocas Valley with a first down. Mangine sets deep down the left side and incomplete. Intended for Gray right at the goal line, but incomplete.
Brings up second and 10.
Second and 10. Mangine keeps it himself with a blocker in front. Has room. Mangine inside the 5-yard line to the goal line. And a touchdown.
Inside quarterback keeper for the touchdown. Bryce Mangine.
17 yards by Mangine.
7:15 is our time. 6-0 favor Rancocas. They'll look to kick the extra point.
So Mangine not just a thrower. Brescavage to attempt. Mangine to hold. Long count. Good snap. And the kick is good.
Kick is up and good, making it 7-0 favor Rancocas Valley. 7:15 is our time.
Rancocas Valley breaks the ice on top first. 7:15 left in this opening quarter. They lead it 7-0. Well, over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all your trophy and apparel needs. Located at 1960 Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 5. Saturdays, 9 till noon. Phone 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at third base on your way home. So Rancocas Valley draws first blood. We're deep in their own territory at around the 12-yard line after being penalized, but then able to connect on the long pass to Washington, then get another interference call on Washington and able to punch it in.
Once again, 7:15 is our time. Your score 7-0 favor Rancocas Valley. Trenton back to receive. Concession stand is open. Stop over and get the refreshment. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, sodas.
Prescavage will be kicking it away. Short, high pooch kick. And this one is going to be nearly recovered by Rancocas Valley as Prescavage just popped it up in the air to the right side. And Trenton will open for business at their 33-yard line.
With the ball first time today, 7:14 is our time. First and 10. Once again, young ladies are walking around with these shots for $1. Start shouting them out in a minute.
So the Tornadoes feature Mashia McCray at quarterback, Geronimo at the fullback position, Messiah Cook, Jazir Merricks, Brandon Richardson, and Benjamin Weeks. McCray to give to the right side for a couple.
Run by.
On the carry was Richardson. Played well, though, by Rancocas Valley. 2nd and 9. Big offensive line for Trenton. We'll give you some of the numbers in just a minute. From the spread, here's McCray rolling to his left. Being chased from behind, throws on the run. It's complete. The reception being made by Jazir Merricks, close to a first down. And now 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 for the Tornadoes. One of the offensive linemen appeared to move. That's going to cost him 5 yards and move them back and make that 3rd down much more difficult.
Caution 5 will back it up.
5-yard walk-off. Ball placed down 36-yard line.
3rd and 7.
So now 3rd and 7 for the Tornadoes.
6:10 remaining.
They trail at 7-0. The offset eye, the snap, the give off left guard, but that's going nowhere.
Messiah Cook on the run.
Messiah Cook found little room, and the defense plays well that first series. Merricks will be kicking it away, punting. Back to receive it is Bryce Mangine. So you can see he's not just a thrower. Took it in for the touchdown from 18 yards out, and now here he is back receiving the punt for the Red Devils. Snap, the kick, good kick. He's just going to get away from it, which is very smart because it was kind of over his head and out of bounds. inside the 20. It'll be placed down at the 17-yard line. Goes Rancocas Valley. This is a big game for them coming off the loss to Williamstown, but it's not just them. Of course, they have to play Cherokee, they have to play Lenape, they have to play St. Augustine. So a very difficult schedule, but I think the West Jersey Football League really wanted this when they let them play the first 2 years, and then they saw how it shook out, and then they set up the new divisions, and I think you can pretty much have great games every single week now in the West Jersey Football League. Mangine from the spray. Mangine. Myers in front. Mangine is decked along the near sideline. Nice advance for Mangine on first down. .24-yard line. Bring up a second down and 3. See that they're getting Bryce Mangine involved in the offense in many different ways. The snap. Quick throw to the left side. That was incomplete and might just as well be the best that it was incomplete because well covered. Assis was the intended receiver, and Myers seemed to be out there looking to block, but Trenton was closing quickly on the play. So now 3rd and 3 for Rancocas Valley. Cerrone Hill splits to the right side, Washington out to the left. Team looking to the sideline to get the play. .425 left, opening quarter. Mangine with protection, sets, throws to the inside screen to Washington. Washington powers forward, he's got the first down at the 35-yard line. Again, a well-designed play, and Washington, the 6'3 junior, has been involved big time in this offense in the first half. And the offensive line, give them credit, they have been blocking extremely well in this opening quarter. Slot formation to the right side. Hill to the outside, Assis in the slot, and Washington is flanked out to the left. Now in motion, Assis. Assis gets the call. He makes the turn, spins away, picks up 2, maybe 3, just will not go down to the 40-yard line. Some hard running there by Assis. Mateo Assis, 5'11", 170-pound junior. Picked up 5 yards, closer to 6, but great run there by Assis. Second, we'll call it 5. For the Red Devils, already leading 7-0. Mangine with a snap, off play action, fires to the right side, intended for Hill, and this one's going to be picked off. But a marker on the play. Let's see what this is all about. It's against Trenton. Interference again, the call against Trenton. So Jerome Hill was double teamed on the play, and ball was picked off. It appeared it was Rashawn Ingram who made the pick, but with the assistance of some interference. So Rancocas Valley gets a break there. First down for the Red Devils at the 44 of Trenton. 2:56 remaining in the opening quarter. Again, Hill to the right side, slot formation to the left. Motion to the right side is Assis, but keeping it himself is Mangine. Mangine is inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. So with the absence of Danny Condris, you can see that Coach Houseman has decided that he's got to get Bryce Mangine involved in the offense more than he normally is. Not to say he can't run it when Condris is available, but you can see he's throwing it, he's running it, even returning punts. With the absence of Danny Condris, who should be back next week. Trips to the right side, 2nd down and 5. Mangine looks to the right, straight up the gut. Picks up 3, maybe 4 more. Short of the first down. At the 37-yard line, so 3rd and 3 for the Red Devils. Again, looking to the sideline to get the play from Coach Houseman and his brain trust. A little different than what we've seen in the opening 2 games for RV. 3rd and 3. The snap. The give. To the left side. This one not going anywhere. On the carry was Vasquez, who has run very well in this first quarter, but he loses yardage on that carry. It's going to be 4th down and 7. Let's see how Coach Houseman plays it here. Appears he's going to be punting the football with the intent of pinning Trenton deep in their own territory. Back to receive it is James Hubbard. So the officials are instructing that the sideline of Trenton move back. First warning. Next one will be a penalty. Mangine to kick from his own 44-yard line. Hubbard standing right at the 10. 7-0, Rancocas Valley on top. Just 31 seconds left here in this first quarter of play. Good snap. Mangine with the boot. Hubbard takes it at his 5, and he's going to be decked immediately. Great coverage there by Rancocas Valley. Vasquez was there, and Ty Matlock also hitting Hubbard as soon as he received the kick. So they got what they wanted. They're pinning Trenton back deep in their own territory. Ball's going to be placed down just outside the 5 at the 6-yard line. So if the defense can hold them here, the likelihood is the Red Devils will get excellent field position if they can force a punt. McCray ducks in. The give off the right side, nothing at all. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage. On the carry was Cook. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, Rancocas Valley leads Trenton 7-0. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have a need for their services, you can call 609-267-0399. Go to their website at parentchief.com or visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to honor the memory of your loved ones. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. And Premier Barbershop is the place to get your hair cut. They have experienced barbers at Premier who specialize in the latest styles, fades, temple tapers, mohawks, comb-overs, designs, and more. Premier Barbershop, 14 High Street in Mount Holly. They're a diversified establishment. If you look good, they look good. Get sharp at Premier Barbershop in Mount Holly. Looking for the start of the second quarter. Dave Klemic will be joining us momentarily as he has just arrived. 7-0, Rancocas Valley on top. Trenton with the football. 2nd down and 10 from their own 6-yard line. McCray again under center. Long count. And a whistle. And a flag. Illegal procedure. The call against Trenton. Rancocas Valley in the series has won 9 straight over Trenton. Cray, the give to the left side. Again, nothing there at all. Their run defense has been superb. As again, getting the call and getting nowhere is Messiah Cook. Just in case you're interested, the offensive line for Trenton, 6'1", 260, 5'9", 245. 6'2", I should say 6 feet 280, 6'3", 259, and the biggest of all, the right tackle, Holland Pierce, 6'9", 360-pound right tackle. So now third down for Trenton, trailing at 7-0. Here's McCray, back to pass. Flushed out to his left, hit and drop. He had all he could do there, Dave, as Dave Klemic has joined us to get out of his own end zone.
Yeah, he just barely made it out. I thought those hands were gonna come together and everyone goes wild. But yeah, he just made it out of there. Smart play.
So once again, Rancocas Valley did what they wanted to. They punted the football. They pinned them deep in their own territory, played great defense, and now they will get the football once again as Jazir Merricks will be kicking it away. Bryce Mangine again will be back to receive it, standing just at his, at the Trenton 30-yard line. So they should get excellent field position. The snap, and this one's off the side of his foot, and they're going to get better field position than they imagined.
That was the most unique punt I've seen in high school in a long time. I saw one in college a little weirder than that, but this is in high school. This is one of the weirdest off the side of the foot, six-yard punts. We'll see where they mark that.
At the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Where they're marking it.
Yeah. 4-yard punt.
So Rancocas Valley with a golden opportunity to make it 14-0 right here.
I talk about this a lot in every broadcast of special teams and how important doing those little things sometimes is more important than, you know, the big plays that you could pull off on offense or something fancy. Just doing those things right. You don't have to get the ball a really great kick. You just got to get it 30 yards down the field. Sometimes that makes the biggest difference, and those are real momentum changers in a game.
And we saw how important it was in the first game we did this season with Danny Condras, who's not playing today because of an ankle injury, returning 2 punts for a touchdown. And
a third one called back.
Yeah.
Tony, it's great to be back with you, man.
Here's Mangine with great blocking to the right side. Mangine is caught from behind, fumbles the football, but they say he crossed the goal line for the touchdown before he fumbled it, so that is a touchdown.
It looked like a horse collar style of tackle. Wasn't sure if they were going to throw a flag on that one.
So they did call it a touchdown. Mangine, Dave, has been very involved in this first quarter because, Condris is not here. He's been running the football a lot more, scored the first touchdown on an 18-yard run, and there again, carry the football.
Do we have any update on the Condris injury? Or
they say he should be ready. Talked to one of the assistant coaches. They said it is an ankle injury, not the same injury he had last year that kept him out about 4 or 5 weeks. So he should be back next week.
Okay, that's good news then.
Preskavage with the kick, and it is good.
What a football atmosphere we have here. Before we go to some advertisements here, just to get, if you're driving up to here, it's a unique atmosphere in and of itself to try to get parking, but also the band is unbelievable here.
And of course, they're building a brand new school right behind us, which will be open next year, and it's going to be quite a facility. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is proud to support Rancocas Valley football. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is an annual not-for-profit establishment set up in 1998 as a way to financially support area youth programs, everything from Pop Warner football to Mount Holly Library. The 21st annual Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is coming up next spring. Check out the details online at onlc.com/Pro Day. So Rancocas Valley up 14-0 and coming off that 17-6 loss to Williamstown last week where they really didn't play very well. I mean, they only had 95 yards total offense. Condris gets injured, and they really couldn't stop Williamstown. I think they've really gotten some things fixed here against against Trenton.
Yeah, I didn't think that Camden Catholic was a real good litmus test because it was basically like playing a JV team because of all the transfers and everything. So last week was probably a real good test.
Here's the kick. Rolling around and finally picked up along the left sideline. Has some room and he's knocked down just short of the 40-yard line. That's Rashad Ingram on the return. So the right tackle is for Trenton is Holland Pierce, 6'9", 360.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's the man out there. He's a man amongst boys out there. He's shoulder pads above everybody, even the other guys who are over 250 pounds. Wow. Has he had any offers yet? Have we heard
I don't know.
Him? Yeah, he will.
At the 32. Long count, McCray with a quick pitch to the right side. Complete, but for a loss. Coming up quickly was Cerrone Hill, and he quite a player, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, and I just saw Holland Pierce. I was just looking at him, and I saw him try to throw a cut block, and it took him he's so tall that it took him so long to get to the ground, he could barely make the block. He actually did, but it took him a while. If you're 6'9", it takes a little longer to get to the ground than 5'10".
Yeah, when they look at offensive linemen, you always hear them talking about the way they bend. And, being that big, it can have some trouble with the quicker players.
Yep.
Loss of 2. McCray back to pass. McCray nowhere to go. McCray being hemmed in. He breaks free. McCray picks up 8 yards from what looked like, Dave, a disaster. That's what happens, I guess, when you stick your foot on the ground and just head north and south.
Yeah, sometimes having a nice running quarterback like that, once you break out of the pocket and everything cracks open, these guys sometimes instead of throwing it downfield, they make themselves these lanes. So good fast quarterback like that gives you some great options in high school for sure.
3rd down and a little over a yard, about 1.5 yards.
Beautiful run there. Brings up 3rd and 1. 8:40
McCray will take this one under center. And a flag. Timeout.
Interesting on this field here. It's their ankles are almost completely covered by the grass here. And with a fast team like Trenton, you would think they'd want to cut it low to take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's like playing in the rough at the British Open.
I can't even see the referee's ankles.
It really is high.
I agree. Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV now. But there is more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. So Coach Greg Heislett in his second year wanted to talk things over with his team, knowing that this is a big play right here. They trail at 14-0. 8:31 left in the opening quarter. McCray under center. McCray takes the snap, the give, and he is hit and will not get there behind the line of scrimmage, and a whistle on the play. Coming up to make the stick was Jordan Neal.
Looks like a cut block penalty. Throwing the flag behind the line of scrimmage is usually a cut block or a hold from back there. We'll see what happens.
And that's right. No.
Ah.
You were right on the indication, but this one's against Rancocas Valley. You don't see that very often on defense.
Nope. I'm trying to read the rule right now. I don't even know. I've never seen that on defense.
Sometimes you do that to get an offensive lineman out of the way, get him out of the way in the block so that someone else can make the tackle, but unusual call. Cut block on the defense. That gives them a first down inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. I formation for the Tornadoes. McCray rolling left. Throws on the run, and this one is caught at the 10 and in for the touchdown. Brandon Richardson makes the reception. Ball just over the defensive back as he jumped, deflected, but just couldn't get a piece.
I didn't think that they were fooled by that play. It was a play action with a backside post. That backside post was covered really nicely, and the ball just slipped through who I thought the jumper's hands and just missed. But they weren't fooled by that play action backside post at all. Just a great play by the quarterback and receiver.
Ricky Brown Jr. to attempt the snap, the kick, and it is good. We're now 14-7. Rancocas Valley on top. With 7:51 left until halftime. There's something for everybody at Dempster's Sports Pub in Mount Holly. Early bird specials, Mexican Monday, Saturday breakfast, Thirsty Thursday. A great menu featuring their scrumptious burgers, nightly entertainment, and a wide variety of beverages. But Dempster's Sports Pub was designed for the sports fan. You can watch all the NFL and college football games, plus baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it. And they have their own teams for shuffleboard, darts, and horseshoes. Dempster's Sports Pub, 437 Pine Street, just off Route 38 in Mount Holly, where friends become family. So Rancocas Valley giving up the big play. McCray hooking up with Brandon Richardson for 45, and
that was a great pass, though. Rolling to his left and throwing with his right. That's a rare throw.
Brown to kick it off. Line drive, bounces down. Coming up at the 25, breaking free with a blocker in front along the right sideline. Cuts back to his left. It's a foot race here. Inside the 20, he pulls away, and he's going to take it the distance for the touchdown.
Ty Matlock. Now last year, Ty Matlock had a great return, but he was the back returner. This time he was the front returner and takes one to the house. I think last year against Trenton, they ran a very similar. They had a very similar return. Am I correct here? He did. It was Ty Matlock, right? Yep.
Yep. So we'll call it 63 yards by Matlock, who scooped it on the line drive boot. 20-7. Didn't take them long to counter.
And was that against Trenton Central?
I'm not sure. It could have been.
It was at the Trenton game that we did last year in the booth. It was a different. It was a very. We had to shoot out the window.
Oh, that was Camden.
Camden. Okay,
that's the one.
It was the game It was that game he had against Camden. Well, he had another great return last year. Now I thought he would have been the back deep return man, but Danny Condris would probably be right now if he wasn't hurt.
Point after is good by Brskavich, and now 21-7 as Matlock answers in a hurry. Adams Electrical Contractors, you're a residential specialist, handling additions, renovations, and basements. Adams Electrical can supply and install generators, indoor and outdoor lighting, ceiling fans, smoke detectors, whatever you need. They offer free estimates and have been in business for over 35 years. Adams Electrical Contractors, 139 Pine Street in Mount Holly. Phone 609-267-8715 or visit them online at adamselectrical.com. And something like that's got to be a little deflating for a team. You just score on a long pass and kick off and you give up the long TD.
Yep. And special teams played such a huge role in momentum. And when they just got their momentum back, Rancocas Valley just took it away right there with a big special teams play.
That's why they say it's 3 teams. Most people really kind of discount special teams, but you can see why it's so important.
I look at a lot of return men, and you see they have 1,000 yards returning, 1,500 yards returning, and you're kind of throwing that position out to a second stringer. But if you gain 1,000 yards, it's 1,000 yards of push. No matter what way you look at it, you dice it up. Offense, defense, 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards.
Absolutely. Here's the kick. Fumbling it at the 10-yard line. It's into the end zone. Is he going to come out? He is. Breaks one tackle. Across the 10 to the 15 and finally down to the 20-yard line. Talk about danger.
Way to make something out of nothing. That was a negative to turn into something positive.
He could have just downed it in the end zone because the momentum of the ball, even though he touched it, took it into the end zone, so that still would have been a touchback.
There's so many different situations like that, so when you're in high school football, they don't go over some of that. He probably didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Probably would have kneeled it if he knew that rule. Because I'm sitting up here, and I had to think about it, too.
7:25 left till halftime. Trenton Central on the short end of a 21-7 score. Come out in the spread. McCray with the snap, rolling to his right. Looking downfield, and this one is going to be incomplete. Ingram wide open at the midfield line, and he knows he dropped it.
So they ran a smash combination into a cover 2. Susceptible area is definitely the corner. And they ran that corner. Safety didn't even see it. He did not even see it. He was wide open. He is going to be either made fun of or by his team for this if they win, or they're going to, strangle him when they get in there. But, yeah, he was wide open and should have had his – he had to slow down for the ball a little bit, but it doesn't matter. You should catch that ball at 6 points normally.
McCray put it right on him, really.
Yep.
He again is split out to the right side, so I wouldn't be surprised if they throw it to him again just to say, hey, we still have confidence in you. Here's McCray. McCray, active pass. McCray being hemmed in. Rolling right, now throws over the middle. This one nearly intercepted by Rancocas Valley. Coming up quickly was Jerome Hill, but just on the turf before he could get to it.
The quarterback, he gets the ball out of his hands quick. Although he's putting the ball, he's out running wild, so the passes are not that accurate. But he's get that ball out of his hands real quick. He's dangerous outside the pocket.
Yeah, double threat. He can throw it and run it. 3rd down now and 10.
I've noticed, Tony, that the game looks so much slower on this grass versus the turf that they usually play on. They all look super fast. Today it's moving like snails.
So McCray will duck in under center. Take the snap. He's going to run the football here, right side, and not going to get there. Hit at the 27-yard line and knocked down. Going to be short by 2-3 yards, and they'll be forced to punt the football. Interesting, they're a 3rd and 10, and they elect to run the football.
Well, you're always thinking like chess and not checkers, and maybe they were thinking, you know, they're definitely expecting us to pass right here. We'll sweep it outside of one of our best athletes and let them try to win.
Mangine again will be back to receive it. Merricks will kick. The snap, better, not great, but out of bounds. Somewhere around the midfield line, coming off that, 5-yard punt.
4, I think it was 4 yards.
But still, great field position at the midfield.
Great field position.
Yeah.
Mangine, who's a great athlete. I have no idea about him as a returner yet, but what a great athlete with the ball in his hands at any time. So I'm sure if he got his hands on the ball, they'd want to keep it away from him.
The other thing to think about is he's already committed to play baseball as a pitcher for the University of Pennsylvania. But, you know, with that athleticism, he probably is a very good fielder.
Right.
Maybe even a very good hitter. So that's a big-time asset for a pitcher to have.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, he could probably throw the ball a country mile, like Bubby Brister used to say, one of my old teammates. I can't believe I played with Bubby Brister. He's so old. It dates me pretty bad.
They give to the left side. Vasquez with a carry along the left sideline, bumped out of bounds after another good-sized gain, and he has been the story on the ground here in this first half of play for Rancocas Valley. Didn't see much of him earlier in the season or last year, but Vasquez has come on.
They got him a couple carries late in the season, and he did well when he had the ball in his hands, but yeah, he looks good today.
Picks up 8, 2nd and 2, and this is what the coaches love to see, 2nd and 2.
He's only 5'8", 160, but he plays a lot bigger than that.
He does. Mangine. The toss again to Vasquez. Out in front is Myers blocking, and he's right at the sticks. Myers is kind of an unsung hero for this team. I mean, obviously he caught the 2-point conversion last year against Millville to win it in the semifinals of the Group 5 playoffs, but he is a very good blocker as well.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting plays I've seen in person in a high school game, and we never stopped talking about him since then.
Yeah, well, the punt return obviously by Klemic was incredible, but then again, Houseman make the decision. I'm not going to try to tie it. Yep. I'm going for the win.
I like that call. I love that aggressive call. When we were in Kansas City 2002, we had a game tied with the Patriots, and we decided to tie it instead of go 2 for 2, and I said I'll never do that again.
There's Vasquez, a lot of room. Vasquez.
And I was in that game, and I was a captain for that game, and I remember going, man, if I was ever in that situation, I would never, ever go to tie. I'd go to win.
First down, of course, the coach is the one who will take the wrath of the fans, saying, what are you, crazy? Of course, the overall predominant thinking is you go for the tie on the road, you go for the win at home. I don't know how coaches follow that.
I don't imagine I would ever get hired to get that far into it, because maybe my mind would change and I'm staring at everybody and I'm getting paid all that money to make decisions, and you don't take gambles like that. But yeah, I would have done what Houseman did.
At the 32-yard line. Here's Mangine keeping it again. This time just going to kind of angle to the right side, run out of bounds after a pickup of 2 or 3. Best just to run out of bounds there. Get what you can rather than put your shoulder down and risk getting injured.
Mangine is a smart quarterback. He's a very smart player. He's situationally, he knows what's going on. He knows where his receivers are. He knows where his weapons are. Very smart. And also going to University of Pennsylvania, he's Ivy League's book smart too.
Absolutely. Pickup of 2. Rancocas Valley leading at 21-7. 4:40 left in this second quarter of play. Mangine being rushed, and he's going to be decked at the 42-yard line, so he loses 5 or so, actually 8 yards. That'll bring up a third down, and we'll call it 16 for Rancocas Valley. Good penetration there by the Tornadoes.
We'll see if they do. We'll see if they really pursued quickly. We'll see if they run a play to take advantage of their over pursuit. Dive right inside the defensive end there.
A double slot formation for the Red Devils. Mangine with a snap, great protection. Throws deep to the left side, intending for Assis, and this one is incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down. So let's see if Coach Hausman again is going to attempt to pin them deep, or he'll be going for it here. 3 minutes and 44 seconds till halftime.
Now, I know Assis was kind of looking for a flag early, but he just ran into the defensive back's back. That was not his fault. It's a tough job being a defensive back, man. That's a tough job. You get everybody's own. They look every single time you touch somebody, it looks like they're looking for a flag. It's not always true.
You're on an island, as one very good defensive back used to say.
Darrell Rivas.
That's it.
And no, almost none better than him.
Hubbard back to receive this one. Condorus, high kick. This one's probably going to go into the end zone, and it just hits at the end zone, and it does go in. So they'll start out from their own 20-yard line. So even though they didn't get exactly the result that they wanted, probably would have liked to have downed it inside the 10-yard line, but still 80 yards to go. 3:34 left in the first half of play. They have confidence in their defense that has been playing very well.
You know what I like about this Rancocas Valley team is they're unselfish. I've never seen a person throwing their hands up or any complaints post-game or anything on social media about them not getting the ball. Everybody plays their part, special teams and everything, and they're really an unselfish team, a real team. You know, Coach Hausman sets that up, and he's kind of intimidating when you walk up to him, and he's like 6'5" too. So you really won't complain to a guy like that anyway.
Yeah, they're very, very well coached, no question about it. Here's McCray. McCray, quick pitch to the right side is complete. Looking to accelerate, picking up 3-4 yards on the play. Mangine actually makes the stop for Rancocas Valley, so he's involved in just about everything. He returns
that guy's got to ice the legs after this one, Tony. He's going to need some ice on the way home.
A pickup of 3.5 yards. Approaching 3 minutes left until halftime.
That's right, Ty Matlock had that big play. It was at Camden.
Yep. Here's McCray. 2nd and 7, rolling to his right, being hemmed in, able to stutter step, make the turn. He's got the first down, and he's knocked down across the 35 at the 37-yard line. Now, the interesting thing there, Dave, is they are setting the edge well, Rancocas Valley, but he's just able to stick his foot on the ground and turn it up. And when he does that, they're not getting the fill in that gap to stop him.
Yeah, they are spread out and trying to make sure that he can't get to the outside, but that leaves some lanes open in the middle. And the passing lanes, which I think the defensive back has had, they've had these routes covered, but he's sneaking the ball in there. Besides that one wide open play right here, he's sneaking the ball in.
Approaching 2 minutes left till halftime. McCray rolling right, the completion at the 40-yard line and trying to get out of bounds, but not successfully so on the completion. So the clock continues to run. That was Richardson on the reception. Another first down for the Tornadoes. Of course, with the first down, the clock stops, now put back in motion.
I'm surprised that they gave them that much cushion on a route. That it was a give me. They just gave them a dig or an in route right here, about 7 yards. And they're playing.
Under 2 minutes left till halftime. McCray sets. McCray throws to the left side. This one is knocked down.
Passing situation.
2nd and 10. McCray with time. McCray throws over the middle. This one is incomplete. He had the receiver, Messiah Cook, but just off his fingertips, led him just a little bit too much.
Once again, he's coming around with the pickup Trout.
These guys are not afraid to throw the ball downfield at all.
Got good protection there from that offensive line, that big offensive line, as we've talked about.
It does look like to me that the defensive backs are a little tired right now from being against this pass this passing offense so much. They look a little tired. So these short routes are going to be susceptible.
Trips to the left side. This one nearly intercepted, probably should have been intercepted, thrown over the middle, and Washington was right there for the pick and just let it slip through his fingers.
Well, thank God he has another year, because he's going to have to take a year of abuse for missing that one. That was the easiest interception you could ever find. Jameer, man, you're going to be regretting that one on film tomorrow.
And the other thing, too, is where he would have intercepted it, probably would have taken it back, if not to the house, a long way.
Yeah, there was nobody standing in front of him. And these linemen are cut blocking, so they're still on the ground.
Merricks will be kicking it. Mangine back high, not deep. Mangine just says get away from it. 1 minute 33 seconds left until halftime. So Rancocas Valley will get another shot. Be interesting to see how they play it here. Will they go for the big play here through the air, or just try to run it and hope for some missed tackles and run out the clock? Ball placed out at the 26-yard line.
We'll play this game. All right, ready? This is what here's my. This is what they're going to do here. They're going to run a hitch here. They're going to wheel a running back out on the right sideline. That's my play right now.
Okay. Of course, Dave has already showed us his clairvoyancy abilities when he predicted two Danny Condris punt returns in the first game.
I could have predicted 5. It was that easy for him. He's a good athlete, man.
He is. So here's Mangine from his own 26-yard line. They lead it 21-7. Mangine going to keep it himself. Mangine slips one tackle. Mangine ducks his head, powers over the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Now, Coach, if you would listen to me, you would have had that. You would have had that wheel route. You sneak that running back in here and then move, in motion and let him go out here and wheel around this hitch route. The safety was way over here on the right sideline towards Rancocas Valley. That wheel's open right here.
1:20 left till halftime. Clock put back in motion.
Somebody's got to sit that corner down and run that wheel over here. It's open.
So Rancocas Valley not in any real hurry to get this play off. Here's the snap. They're going to run it here to the left side, turning the corner and picking up the first down.
That'll be a holding call.
That one's coming back.
Easy call by the official.
Vasquez again with the carry. 1:01 left till halftime. 10-yard walk-off.
Sometimes I daze off because I'm getting all fired up by the band over here. They're fantastic.
Yeah, we remember that Camden game well relating to the band.
Yes.
They were right next to us.
Yes. We could barely hear ourselves. And we have these big headphones on, noise-canceling headphones. You can hear everything.
Second down and 16. Mangine, quick pass to the right side, and it's complete. Spinning for not much. That was Gray again, Justin Gray with a reception. So Coach Hausman is really starting to get some younger players in the game and trying to get them some experience as well.
That was a long throw though right there. It was a little dangerous with all the speed on the Trenton team here. Because if you throw a long screen pass like that, a lot of times these guys can slide in and pick that, or while they're catching it, fumble it around. watched the game last night. Mainland played Cherry Hill West, and I called that game. And there was a play where if there was a fumble on a screen pass and somebody picked off, and it was scary.
21-7. Rancocas Valley on top of Trenton. Just 13 seconds left, timeout on the field. Well, for over 45 years, the Limo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey and in New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used the Limo Group services for years. Now, the firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. The Limo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths, new structures, and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create what you need. Phone the Alimo Group at 609-267-8310 or visit them 200 High Street in Mount Holly. So with just 13 seconds left till halftime, the odds are Rancocas Valley not going to do much. They may even just take a knee and let time expire. Probably not going to take a knee, being that Mangine, although you don't know, is set up in the spread. Give off the right side for minimal gain. Vasquez again with carry, and that should do it. If the clock continues to run, there's no timeouts, and that will do it. So that's the end of the first half of play. Rancocas Valley on top of Trenton.
Run through these shout-outs again. Young ladies are walking around with them. Adult shout-outs. Cali Cal, my little brother, has the 50-50. You can be a part of it. Shout-out and salute again to Trenton Central High School class of 19. They are celebrating their 40th class reunion.
7 at MillerFord.com. Pre-loved, pre-approved, and new to you. Visit Miller. Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at MillerFord.com. Pre-loved, pre-approved, and new to you. Visit Miller Subaru in Mount Holly and get a great deal on a factory-certified pre-owned vehicle. Our certified pre-owned vehicles are all backed by Subaru and come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a free Carfax included, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Get all of the luxuries and peace of mind of a new car at an affordable price. Miller makes it better. Miller Subaru, Route 38 Mount Holly, 24/7 at MillerSubaru.com. Pre-loved, pre-approved, and new to you. Visit Miller Subaru in Mount Holly and get a great deal on a factory.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and decorative gravel. We also offer a huge variety of natural thin veneer stone and custom cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901.
Maybe get the electric back. Same thing's going to happen here because, you know, we're all in it together.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and decorative gravel. We also offer a huge variety of natural thin veneer stone and custom cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901.
ex-soccer players and guys that are really athletic, you need to be to pass those tests and drag stuff out of the water, and the perseverance that it takes and the discipline. All day they say, hey, I remember this from football practice, man. This is just like we're almost in like a camp mode all the time. And it's a neat challenge for somebody who, well, you can retire at 42, I think. It's a great job. It's a great job.
Of course, also teamwork is involved as well. So you learn from playing football how to do those sorts of things.
Robbinsville 18, Maple Shade 10, Overbrook 46, and Pennsville 23, Washington Township 21, Atlantic City 0, Gateway 33, Florence 14, Holy Spirit Routing Camden Catholic 38-0, Hamilton edging out Shawnee 21-17, West Deptford 27, Delsey 12, Burlington Township 45, crushing Triton of only 8 points, and then Coles 49 and Bordentown 21. So there was all your scores around the league, and last night I actually called the Mainland game, and Mainland lost to Cherry Hill West 21-14. It ended up being a closer game than it looked like because the Mainland offense was so flat.
A lot of good football, though. I mean, I love the way they've rearranged these divisions in the West Jersey Football League. I mean, you have St. Joe's playing St. Augustine. You've got Cherokee playing Shawnee. You've got, of course, RV. It's going to have to play Shawnee yet. They're going to have to play Lenape. They're going to have to play St. Augustine. You have Millville playing Williamstown. And, I mean, this is great football. Every single week you have a great game. And I remember years ago I always said, boy, I wish what was the Cape Atlantic League could play some of the teams up here instead of just playing them in the playoffs, because you really want to see how you match up against those teams, not just wait until the playoffs to see, well, how good are we? And now we've gotten that in the West Jersey Football League.
And there's a lot of people that say, the best football's in North Jersey, the best football's in North, or the best football's over here, and the grass is always greener when you're playing. You think, the guys that play against, I don't know, they're probably, maybe we're terrible, but now you really know who the teams are, because you're in there playing each other. Now with the recip too, I know they've changed it so that if your records are, really like 1-8, you're going to play each other, and the more competitive teams move up and they play each other. And I kind of like that rule too, because all the games are a lot more competitive, and it gives the opportunity for you're not just throwing blowouts every week. So it's been really fun. Although some of these scores were lopsided, I just saw here, that's rare. It's usually pretty darn close now.
No question about it. Of course, St. Joe's probably going to class by themselves in South Jersey. It would be interesting to see, and be nice to have them play one of those teams from North Jersey. The St. Peter's or the Bergen Catholics, that sort of thing. I mean, they are the creme de la creme. I mean, you've got about 6 schools up there, but probably could compete as a group with anyone in the country. That's how good they are. But, St. Joe's right now with Byers, he's already got 13 touchdown passes.
Wow.
Excuse me. He's already got 13 touchdowns, not passes. He's a runner.
Okay.
But, I mean, he's fantastic. And this is that's through 3 games so far. Of course, it helps if you have an offensive line like they do.
And there's a kid on St. Augustine's prep named Joe Bonchek. I had the privilege of coaching him, but this kid is on absolute fire. He's a linebacker heading to Princeton next year. Princeton recruit, and he committed early. He was starting to get offers from all the big schools and stuff like that, and he just wanted to stay in New Jersey and go to Princeton. Very proud of him, but he has just been lighting it up on defense. But then they squib kick him a ball. He takes it 70 yards for a touchdown. This is the kid that I've been saying for years. I could see this kid's his brilliance and his power and explosion and everything. And then now he's about 225. Runs about a 4.6 in his 40, and he's one of the top recruits in the state. He's already committed to Princeton, and he played very well last night.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I believe that Tony Serace, who we all know, great coach of Millville, one of his son's coaches at Princeton. as well.
His
and
son's
other
the
coach
head coach
was Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yep, and one of the Serace boys actually coached at Northeastern where I was. So being around football, once you're around it long enough, everyone seems to kind of know each other, been around because so many people move places in college, and they're always every year a new coaching staff comes in and they trade somebody, and so you kind of get to know everybody. But knowing the Seraces and being actually up in the booth with them last year, I just like, oh my God, I love this. What a family. They're just family. They're just winners. As soon as you meet them, you know that you're in the presence of a winner.
No question about it. He's a great guy too. Tom Williams, who is head of Prime Events, of course, goes up to Yankee Stadium 2, 3, 4 times a year. Big Yankee fan, and he invites me up occasionally. And every time he does, we meet Tony up there and have a little bite to eat. And of course, a couple times, or maybe just one time when I went up there, we also saw a guy named, what was his name from Millville? Oh, Mike Trout.
You met Mike Trout?
No,
up
I
there?
didn't meet him.
Man,
I didn't meet him, but quite a story. It's amazing having someone who just a few years ago was playing high school baseball, now arguably the best player in baseball.
In my opinion, there's no argument because he's done it every single year. It's not like a flash. He's that 1, 2, top 3 players in the league every year. So you don't see that. You'll see him, a guy here had a great year. A guy here had a great. Well, he does it every single year. And he's that athletic. He's probably the fastest 60-yard sprinter in the entire major leagues. And he's one of the most powerful and instinctive and one of the best hitters. To me, all around, it's not even a question over the years. But every year it might be somebody who had a little bit of a better season, but nobody that's going to be more consistent.
Of course, he also led the Cape Atlantic League, if I'm not mistaken, in rebounding when he played basketball. 6'2". But, I mean, you can see he's 6'2", but he's solid.
Yeah.
A solid 6'2", and great athlete, has great speed. And, of course,
he's the closest thing to Bo Jackson was back when he was just a freak athlete that can just do it all, do everything. And, and unfortunately, he did not play football. But I wish he did because he could have, he would have been offered by everybody. And it's kind of like Cecil Fielder, who just I think got drafted in basketball and baseball and in football. I think he was the one person that did get drafted in all 3 sports.
So here we are at Trenton. Beautiful day for football. Rancocas Valley on top, 21-7, as both teams slowly making their way back onto the field. Clock says 3 minutes, but probably a little bit longer than that. So going into the second half, it'll be Trenton receiving. Dave, what do you expect them to do? They've had some success throwing the football, not a lot of success running the football. They've had some drops, so they have been able to get some of their receivers open on the defensive backfield of Rancocas Valley, which I'm sure Coach Houseman is talking about to them here at halftime.
Well, there's no urgency yet. You still have a whole half, and you can see that they can score very quickly. But if what I would do here, you set up a few plays and then you go long. You set up a few plays and then you go long. And then as long as you do this, there's no sense of urgency because they can score very quickly. But they do have to make some less mistakes on special teams, a lot less mistakes and get some more positive plays on special teams because they've given up a touchdown already to Ty Matlock, and they punted the ball 4 yards on one play while they were at the 1 yard line. So these things are mistakes that if you fix in the second half, it's going to be a lot closer, and you almost can't do worse than that. So if you correct those mistakes, I think you're going to play a much better second half. This is going to be a good game, and I'm not used to having good games at Rancocas Valley. They're used to running out the score or the clock in the second half.
Shea McCray, the quarterback for Trenton, did throw 2 touchdown passes in their opening game win over West Windsor Plainsboro, 34-0. Also ran for a score as well. You see Rancocas Valley coming back onto the field, but a little different competition, I think, here this afternoon against Rancocas Valley, especially since they're coming off a disappointing loss to Williamstown.
Yeah, this is a team that's not used to losing, so they got to make some adjustments here because they haven't. Last year, I think they were undefeated up until
Camden.
Until Camden, they lost that one, and everybody was in shock too. It was a definite, like, you know, wake-up call, and that's what's going to happen. They're well coached. Hausman, I don't worry about that. Hausman's going to go in and make his adjustments. He's well coached, disciplined. He's a disciplined guy, and you never see like any real big errors, like big stupid penalties and selfish penalties by his players. That's usually the sign of a very disciplined coach. You know, my hat's off to Coach Hausman. I've interviewed him several times after the games, and every single time it's something about discipline and teaching the kids how to be, you know, eventually be good men. I just like what he's doing with his team, and hey, a loss is a learning experience, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I talked to him as well. When you do talk to him, he's very calm, but I have a feeling he might be a little different at practice, which is which is okay.
Right.
He just goes about his business, makes his adjustments in practice, tells you like it is that we didn't play well last week, we didn't have a gap integrity, we did not secure our blocks at the line of scrimmage, we have to go back to basics, and then they just go do it, and they get back to basics, and you can see the results here today are a lot better. And of course, this is a big, big game for Rancocas Valley, because their upcoming schedule, as I mentioned earlier, includes the likes of Cherokee, Shawnee, and of course St. Augustine as well. And let's not forget Lenape, who lost one of their assistant coaches this week, who passed away. So everyone, you know, is very sad about that, and he was a great guy that everybody really had a lot of respect for, and the kids on the team really loved. But they're a team that lost a lot of players, and they're, you know, finding their way in their early going. But Lenape and Rancocas Valley, quite a battle, both games last year. Matter of fact, they both ended in the same score of 10-7. Rancocas Valley won the first one, Lenape won the second. Of course, the second one was for the Group 5 South Jersey Championship.
And if anybody's watching this right now, you can see Briskavich out here kicking 50-yard field goals. He just hit, he's at 50 yards right now. Now, he weighs about 130 pounds, but he's kicking field goals at 50 yards right now. I mean, he's got a big leg for a little guy.
Setting it up on the tee. Not going to quite get there on that one, but nonetheless, he does have a big leg.
Yeah, he'll be putting the ball in the end zone a lot, maybe on a single bounce, but a lot of times he's getting that ball almost to the end zone off the tee on kickoff. He gets a little psyched up. Little guy with a big leg.
21-7, Rancocas Valley leads it at halftime. And let me ask you a question. Have you heard of Burn Boot Camp? Burn Boot Camp is a fitness facility that focuses on inspiring and strengthening women physically, mentally, and emotionally. They offer high-intensity camps surrounded by a community of the like-minded women. With the help of a personal trainer, clients learn how to maximize their individual potential and exceed their own expectations. Memberships include unlimited 45-minute camps, personalized nutrition guidance, one-on-one focus meetings with the trainers, and complimentary child watch. For more information or to sign up, visit our website at burnbootcamp.com, Hainsport New Jersey, or call 856-924-8824. And over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all of your trophy and apparel needs. Located at 1960 Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 5 and Saturdays from 9 till noon. Phone 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at third base on your way home. So both teams now back on the field. What do you expect from Trenton, Dave, in this second half?
All right, so there's no real sense of urgency yet, because they're down, but they are down 14 points. But they're a big play team. They throw the ball well, so I think they should come out with some patience, start lulling them to sleep a little bit. If you're Trenton, you lull somebody to sleep and then you hit a big pass. See if you can catch them falling asleep on like that corner route on the smash combination. As far as we got to run some Rancocas Valley goes, run some clock off. Make sure you slow them down. Be disciplined on defense. Don't give up big plays.
Rancocas Valley will be kicking the football off. Trenton won the toss. They deferred. They will be getting it first. That first series of the third quarter, especially when you're down 21-14, very important. You don't want to just go 3 and out and give the football right back to Rancocas Valley. They put another 7 on the board. That could make it real difficult for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, you make it's just a safe drive at first, pulling them asleep a little bit, and a nice, safe, sustained drive. You don't have to throw the ball big, lull them to sleep again. You know, that's what I would do on Trenton. Now, Rancocas Valley should just be aware of all that. Hopefully they'll come back with a little bit more energy. You could see their pep was just gone. Mangine's been playing. He's never come off the field. He's your safety as well as your quarterback, as well as your punt returner and kickoff returner. I don't think he's come off the field.
So it'll be the orange-clad Trenton Tornadoes to receive, and next year they're going to have a brand new high school being built right in back of this press box. Very, very impressive. I went online and saw a guided tour of the high school. Going to be gorgeous. They're going to even have a 1,900-seat basketball arena as well. So
wow.
Yep. Really impressive.
And you're a basketball announcer too as well, aren't you?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, I stop at football. I stop. That's
okay.
Where I stop, football. But I love this. I love being in the booth with you. Thank you, Tom and Dean, for getting me to do this in the first place, and it's gone on to other things now. So I'm really excited about, and I get excited for football season anyway. Cut grass, everybody. It doesn't matter what level of football it is. It's always fun to watch. I can watch the Pee-wees to the NFL, and I'm in a good mood all football season.
Glad to have you. Want to keep you in that good mood. Here's Prescavage with the boot. Taken to the left side. Here's Merricks. Slanting to his left. Going to be hit at the 35 and dropped at the 37-yard line. So relatively good field position for Trenton. They start McCray at quarterback. Merricks in the slot. Sia Cook a running back. Benjamin Weeks is a wide receiver along with Brandon Richardson.
Ty Matlock was the one to save that touchdown right there, but he's got to get the game ball for special teams today after that tackle and that touchdown he had earlier.
So that big offensive line of Trenton comes out. Slot formation to the right side. McCray will take it from under the center. Rolling to his left, being hammed in. He has to just unload there. Great pressure. Had nowhere to go with the football. Incomplete.
I couldn't take my eyes off of number 77, Holland Pierce on that play. I just want to see I kept my complete focus on him in that play, and he's a big boy. What he's got to do is move his feet really well. That's what makes you a really great recruit. Not just your size, but how well you move your feet.
2nd and 10 from the 37. Double slot formation. McCray throws quickly to the right sideline. That one very short. Intending there for Brandon Richardson, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Of course, if he ever did make it to a college campus, they would really work on him in the weight room and get some of that probably excess weight off of him and get him to be more agile. And he would probably be a developmental project,
yeah.
But a lot of times you get one of those kids and you never know what can become.
That ball was actually knocked down by Drew Boker. 6 foot 220 senior. That was a great play by number 50, Drew.
McCray rolling to his left, throwing on the run, and this one is caught right at the sticks. But he's going to be shy of the first down by about a yard. So decision time for Greg Heislip. 4th down, trailing at 21-7.
Well, McCray has no problem rolling away from his arm and still completing passes. It's impressive. It's a real awkward and weird throw. So the athleticism that it takes to flip your hips around and get that ball out and throw it low and away like that was fantastic. That was a perfect throw.
4th and a yard, big play here for both teams. McCray under center. McCray takes the snap, slants off left tackle, and I don't know if he got there.
That's going to be close.
I think they stood him up and tossed him back. All depends on the mark. Let's see where they're going to mark it. They still haven't marked the football.
I see a flag down, but I'm not sure if that just fell out of his pocket. I didn't see any. That looks like a first down.
Yeah, it is a first down. So forward progress gets the first down. Big play there especially for Trenton trailing 21-7. You don't want to give it back to Rancocas Valley for that kind of field position. At the 47-yard line of Rancocas Valley. Double slot formation. McCray with the snap. McCray rolling to his left. McCray throws to the right sideline, and let's see if he caught it, and he did not. Intended on the right sideline for Merrick's.
Jerome Hill's just giving all kind of cushion over there. They're gonna take anything when you're backed out 12 yards on that corner route. Now, he could be playing the deep third, but just to show that much distance, you're tempting them to throw that ball in there, and it's not enough time for you to get back and make a play right here. So they're going to keep throwing as long as they're giving that to them.
2nd and 10 for the Tornadoes. Down 21-7. The give to the right side. A blocker in front. Turns the corner inside the 40-yard line to the 37-yard line, close to a first down, depending again on the mark.
So this is the type of sustained kind of drive that they want to put together, not worry about going deep and wasting a down or a potential interception on a long, low percentage pass. So we'll see if they do it now, but they could on a 3rd and short send one deep, set up a guy man-to-man out here and try to take a shot.
Most likely 4-down territory as they line up in the eye.
Exactly.
McCray under center. And a whistle and a marker.
This cushion they're giving them on where the first down marker is here is way too much, because he could turn around and all they got to do is throw a super easy pass. We got to talk to Jameer Washington about stepping up a little bit, getting about 3-4 yard cushion right there. Use those long arms and knock that ball down.
Of course, the question is, do you want to play press coverage, come up tight, and then have them blow by you and get the big play, or do you want to try to nullify them picking up 2 or 3 yards to pick up the first down?
Just go right in the middle, like 3 yards. 3 yards. Inside technique right there, and
yeah, you can see big cushion, especially out to the right side. Here's McCray. McCray looking to take it himself. McCray is going to be swallowed up after a pickup of a couple. Another marker on the field. Likelihood is this one's going to be holding.
It might be procedure because it's from the side.
Okay.
And it wasn't.
Interesting that the flag was thrown so late on a procedure. They decline.
What was that penalty?
Didn't see it. I think it's they said illegal procedure. That's why I'm saying it was so late. You think that once the ball's snapped, the likelihood of illegal procedure is minimal.
Yeah, some of the refs today, haven't been running too much, so maybe they had a tough time getting it out of their pockets. It's a little tight. Some of the refs are as big as our 6'9", 330-pound gentleman over here, Holland Pierce.
4th down and 5. Deep down the left side, all alone, and he misses. Can't bring it in. Going Odell Beckham there with the one hand, but just unable to pull it in.
That definitely would have been on SportsTalk.
That one intended for Kazir Brown. And he had him wide open.
And that quarterback put it right on him too. That was you really got to give it up and just put both hands out for the ball. If it touches you, you should be able to catch it. So, and that was within reach. He just had to put 2 hands out. Now, I feel like a lot of people take one catch by Odell Beckham Jr. He makes some amazing catches, don't get me wrong. But that's an absolute 2-hand. You throw 2 hands out there, you got it.
Sure. I mean,
one hand,
he has the ability to. He's practiced that ever since his LSU days.
Yes.
I mean, it's just the way he grabs it with one hand. He's not that big, but he has huge hands. So not everybody can do that, although they like to look at it and see what they can do. But the football now in the hands of Rancocas Valley. They give to the left side, cutting back inside with room. The first down and more into Trenton territory on the carry. That was Ty Matlock. Showing good patience there, Dave, as he waited for his blockers and then cut back inside.
I might have to make a correction because I think on that kickoff return, that was actually Malik Lowe on that kickoff return tackle. And I gave Ty Matlock credit for that, but I think it was 24 now that I look at him. Sorry, buddy. Tough to see up here.
First down at the 47-yard line of Trenton, and now Mangine needs to take a timeout. 7:38 left in the third quarter. Rancocas Valley continues to lead it 21-7. Parent Chief Chapels has been part of the greater Mount Holly community for more than 180 years. Community service and participation are both part of their heritage. When you have a need of their services, you can call them at 609-267-0399. Go to their website at parentchief.com or visit their warm and comfortable offices at 438 High Street in Mount Holly. They are there to honor the memory of your loved one. Parent Chief Chapels, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Rancocas Valley High School. So Rancocas Valley that is with the football with a first down at the 47-yard line of Trenton. Dodging a bullet there on the long pass play that just unable to be hauled in.
You don't need to always complete a pass like that in order to set up stuff. It's to be close like that is enough to scare you into changing your coverages.
They give to the left side. Here's Matlock breaking free, but it's going to be coming back as there's a marker on the play. Knocking him down is Merrick's, holding the call against Rancocas Valley. Well, Rancocas Valley has started to get that running game going here against the Tornadoes, but this one will be to no avail as they're going to bring it back, mark off 10 yards. Ball's going to be put down at the 41-yard line, bring up a first down and 20.
I always like to look up the notable alumni from each of the schools, and I just saw one of the Trenton Central alumni was Wendy Vereen, an ex-Olympian, and I think I have to look into it a little further. I may have competed against one of the Vereen daughters. I didn't run against her, but at the same time, and amazing sprinters.
First and 24 is the actual call. Here's Mangine rolling left, throwing on the run, and this one nearly picked. It was intended for Gray out there at the midfield line, but under very quick heat was Mangine. Had a start out to his right and reverse field to the left side and just wanted to get rid of it.
And of course, Rancocas Valley has a very rich history in football players, and we talk about it all the time, but not just any football players, like 3, I think, Hall of Famers. We got 3 Hall of Famers from this school?
Well,
2?
Fryer, Spellman, and of course Franco. And now you might have a potential another one with Klemic at the University of Florida.
If he does anything like he did in high school at all, he's got a long career ahead of him.
Mangine, good protection, throws over the middle. This one is complete. Knocked down immediately at the 40. That was Myers. On the reception, found a dead spot on the zone, and boy, Mangine put it right on him.
Yep, he got right up. That was a fearless play going across the middle. Their defensive backs are quick and hit him quick, but safe. You know, I've noticed that these rules that they're implementing are working. They had a clear shot to hit him right in the head, and he took him, put it right in his chest. Great play.
Mangine going to take it himself. Mangine grabs at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. So a good idea there by Mangine, looking to take it up the gut, but Balcom made the stop, and now he is injured. Looks like an ankle.
Hopefully he's okay. It's just a cramp. It's getting hot out there today now, and once the sun's beating down, and a lot of times in the third, fourth quarter, you start to see the cramps. Yeah, it's a cramp.
So that'll bring up a fourth down. Fourth down and 5 yards for Rancocas Valley. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in this third quarter of play. Rancocas Valley up 21-7. Premier Barbershop is the place to get your haircut. They have experienced barbers at Premier who specialize in the latest styles, fades, temple tapers, mohawks, comb-over designs, and more. Premier Barbershop at 14 High Street in Mount Holly. They are a diversified establishment. If you look good, they look good. Get sharp at Premier Barbershop in Mount Holly. And Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is proud to support Rancocas Valley football. Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day is an annual not-for-profit event established in 1998 as a way to financially support area youth programs. Everything from Pop Warner football to Mount Holly Library. The 21st annual Bill Gordon Mount Holly Pro Day coming up this next spring. Check out the details online at onlc.com/Pro Day. So fourth down, and Mangine will be kicking it away. Hubbard is back to receive it. They're going to fake it to the left side. The first down to Myers. Myers has the first down, and Myers is pushed out of bounds inside the 30, around the 28-yard line, and now a marker at the end of the play. May have been some extracurricular activity going on there, and the marker flies.
That was a great fake. I mean, that was a great time to do it, because you're going to probably just deflate people a little bit like that, and that punt isn't going to get you too much here. I mean, that was a great play. I didn't see it coming at all, and I just saw that Mangine was back to punt. So if you didn't think he did enough, he also punts.
But it was unsportsmanlike conduct, the call against Rancocas Valley, so they still do have the first down. But
now, just as I said, they usually don't have selfish penalties like that, and usually if you're on the sideline of the opponent, they usually get the call against that sideline, but not in this case.
Now they're saying it's fourth down. No, now it's first down. Yard markers and the down markers are a little slow, so we'll have to try to keep up.
So what was how much was the penalty?
Well, the penalty was from where they tackled
they just
him,
moved it back. Okay.
Back 15, I believe. Mangine takes the snap. Mangine with the give. Straight up the middle. Matlock picks up a couple. That's the kind of run right there, Dave, where you just say, look, I don't have much. I'm just going to put my shoulders down and get what I can, and he did.
He's got low center of gravity. Low.
Give him a pickup of just a yard. Ball at the 34-yard line, second down and 9.
But they're going to use up as much clock as they can here. And by the posture of the wide receivers here, I'm going to say it's a run.
Mangine rolling to his right, gets a block, throws on the run, and this one is complete at the 22-yard line. That completed to Hill along the right sideline.
Yeah, so usually I can kind of tell by how the receiver's standing if he's going to be excited to catch a ball or not. In this instance, I was wrong. But I'm usually right, because I was a receiver once, and I know how you stand, and I had to trick myself into doing it every single time.
Yeah, you don't want to give away what you're thinking and what you're feeling.
It's hard to see it down on the field, but from up here, it's kind of obvious.
All marked at the 22-yard line. They have a nice set of receivers. Hill, of course, Condros when he's there. Jameer Washington. Again, Matlock off the right side.
As good as Condros was last year, he looked great this year. Hit the weight room hard, and he's like, miniature little Wes Welker version there. He looked real good.
Looked even quicker and faster than he did last year.
Yep.
In that first game, remember one of the punt returns, it appeared that the defensive back, or the defender, had the angle on him along the right sideline, but he just blew right by him.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, and I wish him luck coming back from this injury. And get back quick, buddy.
Gray split out to the left side, the offset eye for Rancocas Valley. Here's Mangine, great protection, throws to the right side. The receiver is knocked down, and that was Washington at the goal line. It looked like their feet got tangled up, Dave, but they're still going to call the interference. Sometimes when their feet get tangled up and it's nobody's really fault, they just don't throw the flag, or they pick it up and not here.
Well, and that ball's coming to you, and the ball's in the air, and you get contacted. They're going to call that. And he was getting beat on that corner route too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. This is going to be a 15-yarder, or maybe half the distance.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to place it down right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he had won that route, though, and got tripped up.
So the ball's placed down just inside the 10-yard line, which makes it a 1st and goal for Rancocas Valley. Already up 21-7, 4:25 left in this third quarter of play.
My mom tells me sometimes when I'm doing these games to talk to people as if you're talking to me, like how much you know about football.
Here's the give to Matlock, right side. Matlock makes the turn, spins just shy of the touch at the 1-yard line.
And what I mean by that is, winning the route and all this stuff. What we're talking about, the route is, for those of you who don't know, if you're watching, a route is just the carving that a receiver makes in order to break loose and create separation from a defensive back. So if you win the route, that means you really created separation from the defensive back.
Penalty against Rancocas Valley. It did not see what it was. Ball moved back to the 13-yard line.
I just got a text from somebody that was listening to the game and said, explain what that means. I saw to explain that. We don't get that. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
Gray split out to the left side. Washington to the right. Slot formation to the left side. Here's Matlock again. Again turns the corner up inside to the 10-yard line. Picks up 3. Under 4 minutes now left in the third quarter. So while it was Vasquez getting the majority of the calls in the first half of play, it's Matlock in the second half. 2nd and goal from the 10. Slot formation to the left side. The give left side with a blocker in front. Here's Matlock. Breaks a tackle. A marker is down. Turns the corner. He's in for the touchdown. But again, the likelihood is this one will be coming back as well with a hold.
Beautiful run. And he can really turn the corner.
Holding is the call.
Against a team that's got some speed, he's turning the corner on them, no problem. He is lightning quick.
But you also have to give credit to the pulling guard or tackle who's getting out there in front of him and sealing the inside, allowing him to turn the corner.
Exactly. He did, and he dipped right underneath that block and made it to the outside. And those linemen don't get enough credit, and I'm guilty of talking about the receivers and quarterbacks and everything so much, but man, those guys are the ones that do the real work.
So ball now moved back just outside the 20-yard line. Still goal to go. 2nd down. Mangine fires to the right side for Washington, and he makes the catch. Holds on for the touchdown.
And this kid, he's huge. He's got a bright future doing that exact play right there. And then I'm sure they've been waiting for him to pull that type of thing off for a long time. Jameer Washington, a 6'3", 175 junior.
Yeah, 23-yard touchdown. So now 27-7. That play is just the way you draw it up. They had great protection. The receiver beat his man, and Mangine put it right on him.
And he had to come back for the ball a little bit. Did a great job coming back and be aggressive towards the ball and getting it and high pointing it. High pointing it means get it at its highest point that you possibly can. Don't wait for it to come to you. Great job, Mr. Washington.
Extra point good by Prskavich. It is now 28-7. Rancocas Valley on top of Trenton. 3:17 left in this third quarter. Well, Highway Tire and Auto Service stocks a wide selection of tires for your vehicle. Their passenger tire inventory includes favorite brands like Goodyear, Kelly, and Dunlop. You'll get the best replacement tire for your car, light truck, or SUV right now. But there is more. Highway Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated for over 50 years, also offers specials on oil changes, alignment, and brake service. Highway Tire and Auto Service, 1661 Route 38 in Mount Holly. Phone them 609-267-5300 or visit them online at highwaytires.com. So the 23-yard connection, Mangine to Washington, and that comes, of course, on the heels of a couple of tough penalties against Rancocas Valley where they scored on that Matlock run, but it didn't let them get them deflated or anything like that. They just did what they needed to do.
Yeah, I think this is a team. These two teams are, I'd say, pretty evenly matched. And I just think that with the discipline and tradition that Rancocas Valley has right now, the belief in themselves, the belief in their coach. You know, this is a newer coach here. This is going to be a team that is going to win these type of later battles in the third and fourth quarter. Even if they show some flashes early of being great, the more disciplined team is normally going to win these later in the game. So they're pulling away right now.
Prskavich looks like he's going to pooch it right here. He's only standing a couple of steps back, and he does, to the right side. Coming up to make the reception and getting hit immediately. And a marker.
I don't know if that was intentional. He got hit, he did fair catch it, and somebody pushed him into, the player got pushed into him. They may call the penalty anyway, or they might call it off here, but that was an unintentional touch. For sure, but he did call a fair catch.
Yeah, they do call it. The personal foul called against Rancocas Valley. Kind of an unusual kick. One of the up people making the fair catch indication. I did not see that initially, but obviously the officials did, and they're marking off 15 against the Red Devils. Ball's going to be placed down just outside the 45-yard line of Rancocas Valley, so best starting field position of the afternoon for the Tornadoes. They trail it now 28-7. Approaching 3 minutes left in this third quarter. McCray with a snap, give up the middle for nothing, probably lost a yard or two. On the carry was Encarnacion. Loss of 2 yards.
Arnold Young Jr. on that. Stop right there, number 78.
Brings up second and 12.
6'1", 230, just a sophomore. McCray now in the spread, double slot formation, second and 12. Takes the snap, looking for the jet sweep. And he's going to be grabbed from behind and thrown down. for a loss. That's Jesse Edrick. And he is one of the returning players from last year's team, and he was in the backfield quickly and got an injured player.
Yeah, so this is going to be a pulled hamstring right here. I know how it happens, and I don't think it's a cramp, because when you're running at full speed, turning a corner to the right, I believe he's holding his right hamstring, but he's turning his corner, and you're getting pulled from behind, and all of a sudden that resistance takes over when you're trying to recover your leg, and it pulls really, really strong, especially a little fast guy. Hopefully it's just a cramp and not a pull.
Cook is the injured player. That's Messiah Cook, 5'8", 170-pound senior. Rancocas Valley up 28-7 with 2:26 left in this third quarter. Well, there's something for everybody at Dempster's Sports Pub in Mount Holly. Early bird specials, Mexican Monday, Saturday breakfast, Thirsty Thursday. A great menu featuring their scrumptious burgers, nightly entertainment, and a wide variety of beverages as well. The Dempster's Sports Pub was designed for the sports fan. You can watch all the NFL and college football games, plus baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, you name it. And they have their own teams, too, for shuffleboard, darts, and horseshoes. Dempster's Sports Pub, 437 Pine Street, just off Route 38 in Mount Holly, where friends become family. Two straight defensive plays by Rancocas Valley pushes Trenton back, now 3rd and 16. At their own 49-yard line. McCray feeling the heat. McCray sprints out to the left. He's got all sorts of room. To the left side, has the first down. Cuts back to his right, still on his feet at the 10. And he's caught from behind inside the 10-yard line. Great run there by McCray.
Is that Cologne? 6? Made a nice stop on that, because he was going in for 6. Made a nice stop way downfield.
So again, McCray turning what looked like a sure loss into a huge gain, and the ball now placed down at the 9-yard line. First and goal. I formation, McCray under center. McCray rolling to his right. McCray looking, throws into the end zone for the touchdown.
You're going to get a hold call here. But that was a great read by the quarterback, man. He had the corner.
Was Merrick. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, he had the corner, and then he looked over, and that backside post came wide open here, and he was supposed to drag along the back of the end zone. He was a little short of that, but it was a great read by the quarterback to see that and sneak one in there. Now they're going to get a holding call, though.
They'll bring it back and set it up.
Oh.
Legal man downfield is what the call was.
141 is the time.
That's a tough one right there. Of course, as you guess, you're caught between a rock and a hard place, because you're saying, well, he's probably going to run. Then he turns.
Yep. That's tough on the linemen all the time, so they tell him just to stay home the whole time. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it, guy. I know you want to give effort, but don't get in trouble, especially if you're a running quarterback.
Yeah.
You know.
So first and goal now. The ball at the 14-yard line. McCray rolling to his right. All white uniforms there are now throwing downfield, incomplete.
Mangine makes a great athletic play there to dive over and not get a call. He had left his feet, so you have that one chance, stuck his hand in there and knocked the ball down. Great play by Mangine.
Again intended for Merrick. So now second and goal from the 14.
Now, if they're up by this many points and Mangine has played that many snaps, after this series, I think they should probably take him out. Let him just play quarterback, let somebody else return kicks, because they still got a marathon of a season, especially if they want to go to the playoffs again. I think they should probably sit him out after this series.
Double slot formation with a second and goal from the 14. McCray with a snap. McCray rolling right. McCray looking to turn it up again.
Mangine again makes another great play. That's no interference. If they want that, they're not going to get it. That was a great play by Mangine again.
Saya Cook, the intended receiver. Well, they do allow that, Dave, because you can kind of put your one hand in the back of the receiver and reach around with the other as long as you're not interfering with his ability to make the catch. 2 in a row there by Mangine.
I'm really gonna pay attention to his career in baseball moving forward too, because he's just such an athlete. You know, not just one-dimensional, can just pitch and just that's it. He can do it all, man. So those type of people succeed at anything in all levels.
3rd and goal from the 14. High snap, the inside give to Carcion, and he's got a nice gain down to, call it, 4-yard line, but he's going to be short of the touchdown because it was goal to go. And of course, we're going to have to keep track of his career because, you know, once he gets to the University of Pennsylvania, they might say, hey, why don't you come out for football?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be begging him to. This kid's got all kind of talent. But this is a great play call by Trenton Central here. Now, if you watch it, they've been running these rollout. They've been play action, play action, play action, and to throw one inside handoff, moving against the grain, it creates these wide open holes, which just happened. That was a great play call.
I formation. McCray rolling to his right. McCray throws on the run, completes. He does not get in for the, he does get in for the touchdown. The official was looking and looking and looking and couldn't really make up his mind.
Well, he made a great athletic play of hitting the, I think he hit the ball on the goal post, or I mean on the pylon, so that usually indicates that it's a touchdown, and that's what he did.
That's Geron Carcion, 5'7", 150-pounder, not big, but able to force his way inside that right pylon. Extra point attempt is good.
Well, that makes it a little more interesting now.
Ricky Brown with the extra point.
Now I don't want Mangine to come out of the game, especially after those 2 great defensive plays he had. You know, they kind of need him. But this team can score quickly. But I'm glad they didn't just start taking deep shots at the end zone and they try to, you know, sustain a drive and establish themselves. And that's what they did.
So now 28-14 with Rancocas Valley about to receive. Adams Electrical Contractors are your residential specialist, handling additions, renovations, and basements. Adams Electrical can supply and install generators, indoor and outdoor lighting, ceiling fans, smoke detectors, whatever you need. They offer free estimates and have been in business for over 35 years. Adams Electrical Contractors, 139 Pine Street in Mount Holly. Phone 609-267-8715. Or visit them online at adamselectrical.com.
Got to take my selfie with Tony.
Yeah.
Put that up on social media here.
At least once a year, right?
Well, I like to do you know, pictures and fun stuff and not post politics up all the time. So I kind of like, you know, it's always a good time with me.
Ricky Brown to kick it away. Good kick. To the left side, Matlock drops it, now picks it up. Across the 20, Matlock with room. Across the 30, Matlock continues to drive to the 45, 46-yard line. So Rancocas Valley will start off with excellent field position at their own 45-yard line.
Well, you know what? I watch these special teams plays, and they usually, if you have a really good, disciplined kickoff team, they move down at almost the same level. If not, they're 5 yards apart. About this kickoff team, of Trenton, is about 2 guys down, and it makes almost a funnel for them to run right through. There is no discipline in the push forward, where they have probably 2 levels that you have to break through, and they just cut you off. That is a very undisciplined kickoff team right there. So if they watch that film, they're going to see, well, you're creating a funnel for the guy right to run down the middle. He's going to gain 30, 40 yards.
23 seconds remaining third quarter, 28-14, Rancocas Valley. At their own 45, Vasquez with the call. Vasquez makes the turn. Vasquez with a blocker in front. Vasquez into Trenton territory, and he's finally knocked down right around the 20-yard line. And again, great blocking there for Rancocas Valley.
Yeah, that's going to get called back because there was some downfield holding. I saw the corner was being held up by the shoulders. So I got some advice for you, man. You can get away with this. You got to get inside the shoulder pads, and they won't see it. You're outside the shoulder pads grabbing, and you can't do that. If you put your hands inside the shoulder pads and have a little, you get a little shirt, no one sees it, they don't give you a hard time. Outside the shoulder pads, it's going to get called every single time.
So the ball is moved back to the 49-yard line. It's not marked off from the line of scrimmage. It's marked off from where the holding occurred. So now first down, and call it 6 for Rancocas Valley. Slot formation to the left side. They're not going to get this play off. That's the end of the third quarter of play. Rancocas Valley up 28-7. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this word from Miller Ford Subaru.
And at the end of three quarters, a score 28-14. Fourth and final quarter coming up.
Approved and new to you. Visit Miller. Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great selection to complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at millerford.com.
We enter the fourth and final
Pre-loved and new to you. Visit Miller. Looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle? Miller Ford has a great pre-owned vehicle. Our certified pre-owned vehicles are all backed by Subaru and come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a free Carfax included, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Get all of the luxuries and peace of mind of a new car at an affordable price. Miller makes it better. Miller Subaru, Route 38 Mount Holly, 24/7 at millersubaru.com.
Let's see, they're not even going to go to the huddle. They're coming right out into formation.
Well, they probably got the play on the sideline from Coach Hausman. First and 5. Mangine under center. Mangine with the give, stutter stepping in the backfield. Making the turn is Vasquez, and Vasquez is shoved out of bounds, but not before. He picked up the first down and a lot more.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard right there, but this ground is really soft. It's soggy, and you can barely see people's ankles here. We have wind. I was going to just mention this. There's a little advantage. There is some wind going left to right here from where we're sitting. So the deep balls have been thrown this direction, and we can't tell sitting here, but that is some decent wind over here, so they could put some air under the ball this quarter.
14-yard pickup by Vasquez, who's been outstanding in this game on the ground for the Red Devils. Ball marked at the 36-yard line, and that's going to be a penalty. You could clearly see that. Arnold Young, the right tackle, getting an early start. That is going to cost him 5 yards.
So what I like to see them do here is come out in exactly the same formation, run a play, run 2 plays, go to no huddle, keep the personnel the same on the defense, keep the formation the same on the defense. And we're going to run number 13, Jameer Washington, on a one-on-one route right up here, right at the sideline. Now, take a shot. You got the wind going with you, and you got a 6'3" guy with a 5'7" guy. Let me see if you take a shot.
He split to the right side, Myers to the left. Mangine, the snap, the toss over the middle for Myers. He makes the catch at the 33-yard line. You know,
Jameer,
Myers,
go back to the huddle and beg for that ball right now. Go back and beg for that ball right now. He already has a touchdown. They're going to have some confidence in him. I'd be begging for that ball. That safety's too far away to get. Throw him a little fade route. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Myers is one of those very professional type of guys, right? Comes to work every day. Just does his job, and that's what the coaches love about players like him. 2nd down and 8. From the 33 of Trenton. Mangine, the give to Matlock. Matlock makes the turn. Matlock's got the first down. Matlock is inside the 25-yard line to the 24-yard line, and no holding call for a change.
They have Matlock listed at 5'10".
Yeah, I saw that.
I would be
surprised
if he made it over the 5'7" mark. But he runs big, man. Really strong runner and real quick on his feet. And I watched a sports science thing about shorter players, and I'll tell you after this play.
At the 24-yard line of Trenton, Rancocas Valley up 28-14 with the football and on a march. Long count. Mangine, Vasquez bounces to the outside, stutter stepping, and keeps his feet, picks up 4 or 5.
So with the shorter player, if you look at the amount of time they spend on the ground, their foot, they could get to the same place, but their foot hits the ground more often than someone with longer strides. Therefore, they have more room to wiggle and change directions. So when you have a smaller guy like that, and say you have a great 40, but you're 6'3", you're not going to play running back who needs to change directions 4 or 5 times in a single, within 5 yards. So these guys are real valuable in close quarters like that.
Pickup of 3 yards, and Holland Pierce has checked in, so I guess they want to have him put his hands up at 6'9", try to deflect some of these passes from Mangine. Mangine again to Vasquez. Dips inside, now takes it to the outside. He's to the 20-yard line, maybe the 19. I think you can see the strategy of Rancocas Valley here. They want to work the clock here in this fourth quarter. Of course, they want to score as well. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for Rancocas Valley. Ball right at the 20-yard line. Going to be interesting to see if they do not make it, do not pick up the first down, if Coach Houseman will go for it on 4th down or bring out Preskavich, who can definitely hit it from this distance.
And he's got the win.
Mangine, off play action, throws deep to the left side, and this one is caught for the touchdown.
Looked like Jerome Hill.
And that's who it was, Jerome Hill, making the reception, turning into a very reliable receiver, a senior, 6 feet, 170 pounds.
Way to get up and get that ball. He didn't have to jump too high, but he did have to pick that, turn his head quickly, and get his hands around, put both hands on the ball, and pull that down between the double cover. So great play by Cerrone.
20-yard hookup. Mangine to Cerrone. Preskavich to add the point. Teams will light up and set, ball placed down, and it's blocked at the line of scrimmage. Holding that time was Casey Conley for Rancocas Valley. Of course, Mangine normally does the holding, but at least they can give him a rest on holding for the extra point.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. He touches the ball on every single play.
34-14, the score. Rancocas Valley on top of Trenton. Well, for over 45 years, the Limo Group has provided quality engineering services to public clients throughout New Jersey and in New York, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Many of these clients have used the Limo Group services for years, and the firm has received many engineering and planning awards for municipal and state projects. Alimo Group services are tailored to a client's specific needs. These range from water wells to footbridges and nature paths to new structures and facilities. The Alimo Group can engineer your ideas and help you create just what you need. Phone the Alimo Group, 609-267-8310, or visit them at 200 High Street in Mount Holly.
Monetary book awards at the homecoming ceremony this year.
So 34-14 now. Rancocas Valley on top in the fourth quarter. 9:24 remaining in this game.
34-14, 9:29 the time remaining in the ball game.
Back to receive, Merricks and Ingram. High. Taken by Merricks. Merricks finds some room, cuts upfield, has two men to beat. To the right side, caught from behind. Around the 45-yard line. I think that was Edrick catching him from behind for Rancocas Valley. Just did not give up on the play, and that's why you hustle like that.
Sure was. And last year, our kickoff team used to be a little porous right here. They would have some struggles on the kickoff, and I don't like kicking it right down the middle to Maddock. I don't like that call at all. You kick that in the corners and keep it away so that you have more time to get down the field or squibbing it. Here's just another leg cramp, I think. But look at the support he gets from his team. Just for if he's laying there on the ground, everybody kind of both sides stop and kind of.
Well, you know, I mean, you can look at it. Well, that's your team and that's my team, but really, you're all brothers in the sport of football. Nobody likes to see players get injured because it can just as easily happen to you.
Yep. Is that Merrick's on the ground with a cramp? Yeah. You usually see the team that's more well-conditioned with the least amount of cramps. This happens, I watched a couple games this year that where one team in Overbrook was on just laying on the ground all second half, and the other team, Mainland, had no cramps whatsoever and then pulled away in the last quarter. So the conditioning did take over there.
Double slot formation. Great field position at the 47-yard line of Rancocas Valley. McCray in the spread. McCray sets. Good protection. Throws over the middle, and this one is complete.
Great pass by McCray. Catch by number 2.
That's Hubbard. Hubbard makes the reception. Nice hook up there. Probably the best looking pass play they've had all day. It was good protection up front. Set his feet. Found the receiver. Hubbard made the catch and started upfield.
Well, this quarterback's smart enough to see that when you're giving him a certain amount of cushion here. Now, he gave him about a 12-yard cushion in a cover 3. He's got to step up and take inside leverage here. Malik Lowe does. They just handed him a 12-yard reception right there.
And the double slot at the 20-yard line of Rancocas Valley. McCray rolls to his right. Going to take it himself. Done this many times and very successfully so. He's down to the 5-yard line of Rancocas Valley. Very difficult when you have a quarterback like that, because as he's reaching the line of scrimmage or turning the corner, you really don't know, okay, what is he going to do? Do I come up and look to tackle him, or do I play the receivers?
Throw your hands up, stay home. But yet, he's not just a running quarterback. He's able to throw the ball really, really well. And he's always going to take what you give him. You got to take he's always going to take what you give him. So sometimes maybe you're going to show one defense and then run another.
8-10 left in the ball game.
Slant's wide open here on the bottom of the screen. They got to step inside and cover that.
Craig rolling left, being rushed. Rolling to his left. And he's to the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown.
Nice run there by McCray to take it to the house.
So McCray showing his versatility there with a touchdown. Now 34-20.
Well, they're getting excited in here because this whole booth up here is shaking right now.
Ricky Brown Jr. with a kick. Good. 34-21 now. Rancocas Valley leads it, and they have led it throughout this game. Have you heard of Burn Boot Camp? Burn Boot Camp is a fitness facility that focuses on inspiring and strengthening women physically, mentally, and emotionally. They offer high-intensity camps surrounded by a community of like-minded women. With the help of a personal trainer, clients learn how to maximize their individual potential and exceed their own expectations. Memberships include unlimited 45-minute camps, personalized nutrition guidance, one-on-one focus meetings with the trainers, and complimentary child watch. For more information or to sign up, visit our website at burnbootcamp.com/Painsport-NJ or call 856-924-8824.
You don't see these white uniforms getting dirty too much because of the turf, but you can see this is like a real football game here, old school with the grass and the mud and the dirt. People getting dirty. There's clumps of grass in your face mask and everything. This is like real football here.
Ricky Brown again will kick it away. Short kick. Recovered by Rancocas Valley.
Great recovery, but I'll tell you what, that kicker, that was one of the best onside kicks I've seen in a while. It was really hanging up there, and it gave them enough time to get downfield. He just pulled that ball down really quick, but that was a great onside kick.
So what that tells you about Coach Greg Heislip is that he probably, even with 7:54 left in this football game, doesn't think that his defense, even with a lot of time left, is going to be able to contain that RV offense.
Good call, and really you can't when you have all those weapons, and that's with their best weapon, Danny Condras.
So they have the football. Great field position at their own 47, 48-yard line. They lead it. Trenton down 2 scores. Delay a game, the call against Rancocas Valley.
What game was it last year that we saw Danny Condras just come alive and we were like, oh, this guy's going to be a player? I think it was at home early in the season, I think, and we can't really remember, but we really saw him come alive. He was wearing number 10. Did he change his number this year to number 2? So he was number 10, and we were like, whoa. This kid, because everyone was keying in on Iverson, and then Condras just came alive, and we were like, this guy's going to be something. Sure, he's showing that this year.
Here's Mangine with a give to Matlock. Cuts upfield, inside the midfield line to the 49-yard line of Trenton. So not quite sure why the marker was saying 1st and 20, but only a delay of game is 5 yards, right? So it's now 2nd down, 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 from just inside the midfield line. Mangine will take this one from under center. Slot formation to the right side. Again, he's just taking his time here, Dave, trying to work the clock. Takes the snap. The give is to Vasquez. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Will not go down. Picks up maybe a yard along the left sideline. But the clock continues to run. Approaching 7 minutes left in this football game.
Do they have other timeouts? Not sure if we haven't been paying attention to that. But the timeouts, I don't know if it's too early to start using timeouts. But they're going to, this drive, they could waste another 2 minutes here. And then it would take 3 scores here to catch up. It's going to be kind of a boring 4th quarter with these guys just kind of basically taking a knee, trying to move forward maybe 2-3 yards of play.
3rd down and 5 from the 47.
Of course, I said that before, then we passed.
Mangine, the give, not going to get there. Thrown for a loss. Vasquez had no shot.
Okay, so they did call a timeout right here.
So now 4th down, 4th and 7. And one thing, of course, that gives Rancocas Valley kind of an advantage in a punting situation is the punter also is the quarterback.
Yeah, so he can always throw, and that is a threat, so they can't really just rush. They can't rush in and try to block it every time because he could just drop it right over their head. One of the most unique plays I've ever been involved with was a punt against University of Delaware, where we sent both of the gunners downfield, and instead of punting it, the guy just threw one up that looked like a punt. The guy had a really good arm. He was a javelin thrower, and named Brian Davis throws the ball up into the corner of the end zone. Our guy catches it and scores a touchdown. So, and kept everybody in, so they were eligible. Nobody went downfield, and it was a neat play. I'd love to see somebody actually run a play like that on a punt with your quarterback as the punter.
Sort of like a Hail Mary from the punt
and
formation.
Nobody was ready for it. They were not ready for it because normally they thought to run in, they're going to go in and tackle the punter, and they break off here, and the ball is just faded out to them.
And plus, you don't really know who are going to be defending on the play. They may not necessarily be defensive backs, so you're not used to defending on a pass play. Interesting. Low snap. Mangine, though, scoops it up. Beautiful punt. Going to be taken at the 3-yard line. Circling to his left. Making the turn. Cuts inside. And he's caught from behind now. Breaks free, but a marker down. He's going to take it the distance, but it's going to be coming back. That's Hubbard. Marker is dropped right at the 45-yard line of Trenton.
They can't catch a break. That was a great return.
2 markers. Some discussion going on with one of the officials and Coach Heislip. The hold is the call against Trenton. Not happy with the call as Coach Heislip throwing his hands out to the side. You may see him there. And now another marker down. So this could cost them, Dave, 30 yards, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah,
well,
they
no, not
used
30
that.
because there's 10 yards for the hold, but then on sportsmanlike could be 15, so 25.
They really could have used that touchdown right there.
So 2 penalties against Trenton.
It's significantly, this grass makes a difference in how the speed of the game. And that turf is so much faster. Because when I watch these guys run, it just looks like they're kind of moseying around. And because we're just so used to seeing them play on turf now that it looks funny. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere.
Well, the interesting thing to me, Dave, is if you have a team with a lot of fast players, why are you cutting the grass or leaving the grass so high? It's not to your benefit, is it?
No. And as a matter of fact, when it's an equalizer. When you really want to play somebody fast, you really cut the grass, keep it up high, maybe 6 inches high, and that's what they did. I think Rancocas Valley maybe matches up with them speed-wise, kind of, I think, with Condress on the field. Maybe with Condress, that'll give the nod to Trenton. But, yeah, I'd want to keep it low.
So here's the second mark off. 15 yards, ball being brought back to just inside the 20-yard line.
I didn't see the unsportsmanlike.
Well, the coach was arguing with the officials. I don't know if it was called on him, Coach Heislip. In a way, I know he's frustrated because that would have brought it to 34, possibly to 28. Nonetheless, they have the football. 5:54 remaining. McCray takes the snap, rolling to his right. There's going to be a hold on, I believe, the right tackle. That is Mr. Pierce at 360 pounds and 6'9".
Pierce, they can see everything he does. We can see everything he does from here.
Actually, they call it chop block.
Chop block on Pierce?
They don't identify the numbers here in high school, so I don't know, but it looked like the flag came out on his block.
He has been chop blocking almost every play. And one thing you can't do is you can't chop block moving in towards the linebacker. You can chop out or directly on, but you can't chop block in towards anyone. Defensive end, linebacker, no one. You can't chop block in. And even if you stay in place, it would have to be, you'd have to land directly forward, not inside at all. And they'll call that. Especially if you're doing it consistently, they're going to start watching you fall. If you're that big, it's kind of obvious.
So from a touchdown, they have now had 3 consecutive penalties. The ball now inside their own 10-yard line. McCray back to pass. McCray sets. McCray throws over the middle, and this one is deflected away by Edrick. So Edrick, not only a big kid at 6'2", 225, but able to drop into coverage, and there knocking it away.
Yeah, that was Jesse Edrick, an outside linebacker, or he's a linebacker, I'm sorry, and he's that deep making a play on that ball. Smart. He's always where the ball is. Special teams or defense, you always see Edrick near the ball.
Yeah, he's their defensive leader, no question. Of course, they had such a tremendous defense last year. But everybody loses players. It's not like professional football where you keep them around for 10 years. McCray rolling to his right. Throws on the run, incomplete.
And speaking of defensive players, that Khalil Mack trade with Chicago and Oakland, or LA, was crazy because I never expected Khalil Mack to leave. Yeah, the Bears. I mean, never to leave LA. He is an unbelievable football player. If anybody gets a chance to see some real, true talent and as a linebacker, that Khalil Mack is maybe one of the best to ever do it already.
No question. Brandon Richardson, the intended receiver. So now 3rd down and 20 from their own 9-yard line. They trailed it 34-21. McCray with the snap, back to pass. Now he'll take it himself, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a loss. Again, that's Edrick. See if I'm right on that.
No, that was number 72, Anthony Hernandez.
72, not 92. Thank you.
6 foot, 225-pound senior. Nice stop. And he's hard to grab, too, so that was a great play. They needed that.
Talk about a change of fortune, Dave. They go from a touchdown on a kick return to a holding, 10 yards, unsportsmanlike conduct, 15, and then on the first play, another 10 yards for holding, moving the ball back inside their own 10-yard line, and now they're going to be punting from their own end zone. High kick, but not deep. They're going to just get away from it, and ball's going to keep bouncing. Good roll for Trenton. It's going to be down at the 44-yard line of Trenton, and right now probably Rancocas Valley with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left. Going to just look to run the football.
Didn't look like a great punt coming off the foot, but it ended up being the best punt of the game for Trenton.
So Rancocas Valley, 4 minutes and 4 seconds or 9 seconds away from their second victory of the year.
So they'll move to 2-1. And they pretty much, I got a much better understanding of the PowerPoint system and how they pick in the playoffs. It's pretty cool because the teams that you play have an effect on your outcome at the end of the season. I never knew that. So as they keep going, if they're a team that you, even if you lost to them, but they have a great record going forward, you gain from some of their PowerPoints. It's a cool system.
Vasquez gets the call. And a loss on first down. Looking to sweep the left side.
Cramps. More cramps. And I said just you do not see Rancocas Valley cramping up. That means they are the better conditioned team every single time. So if you're conditioned, you know this. You can take it from me. Say you heard it from me. If your team's cramping, it's because you're less conditioned than the other team. Have you seen one person from Rancocas Valley on the ground yet? No. All of them have been on the other side of the ball, so you know the team that conditions after practice.
34-21, Rancocas Valley with the lead, and over the years, Third Base Sports and Trophies has grown into one of the leading companies on the East Coast in providing all of your trophy and apparel needs. Located at 1960 Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, they provide one-stop shopping to their customers with outstanding quality, service, and affordability. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 5, Saturdays 9 till noon. Phone them at 856-665-0114. Remember to stop at Third Base on your way home.
Yeah, I think he just had a cramp.
Coming off the field. Let's see if we can...
Ari Jenkins.
Yes.
Sophomore, number 22.
Seems
just a little cramp.
Yeah, seems to be okay.
Get some Gatorade in him. Get some conditioning this week, but it takes a toll on you when you're not as conditioned.
Okay, timeout. Okay, interesting. They just had an extended period of time to take care of their injured player, and now they call a timeout.
Maybe they just need a breather.
Jenkins is 5'10", 220-pound sophomore. So Rancocas Valley, unless something incredible happens here in the last 3 minutes and 51 seconds, will move to 2-1.
Well, there's something else that goes along with the cramping, too. If you're playing guys two ways versus a team that's playing guys only one way, that's another reason why you would get cramping and stuff like that. But I think they're both doing it. I think they're both playing both players on both sides of the ball. So that's not it.
Some scores: Haddon Township over Riverside 47-6. These are today's scores. Eastern over Cherry Hill East, the final 52-6. Pemberton all over Princeton 40-0. We'll continue with those scores in just a minute. Mangine, the give to Vasquez. Vasquez breaks out in the clear. Vasquez just about a yard short of a first down at the 36-yard line.
I'm sorry, Tony. He just got his bell rung right there. It wasn't intentional by the safety, number 2, James Hubbard, but he did get he took a helmet pretty hard as he was going to the ground. Unintentional, so no flag or anything like that, but he just got stung.
Woodrow Wilson leads Frankfort 21-0. Sterling a 38-14 win over Haddon Heights. Pensgrove 19, Paulsboro 6, and Morristown in the fourth quarter tied up with Nottingham at 21. Trying to keep you up to date on all scores going on. A lot of Saturday games here today.
Yeah, I'm used to being under the lights, but this is a beautiful day for football.
No question about it, in Rancocas Valley on top. 34-21. Danny Condris, as we mentioned earlier, not playing in this game, expected to be back next week. Of course, when you see their weapons here today, Dave, when you say, okay, we're going to add Condris to that, that's promising.
Yeah, and it doesn't just have to be him making plays. His presence on the field itself does something. It changes the depth of the safeties. It changes the cushion that the corners give you. It changes how aggressive the defensive line is. It changes everything.
Mangine, 3rd and 1.5 yards. Matlock with a call, cuts inside, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard or two. Clock continues to run. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this football game. So the likelihood here, Dave, is they're going to go for it on 4th down and just work the clock.
Yeah, and you saw how much, Iverson's statistics last year didn't blow you away. There's nothing to blow you away. But his presence on the field does, because his other players are loading up the stats while he just stands there and everyone worries about him. So it's a great it's a great thing to have him on the field. And when you're missing a player like that and still playing well like that, it's promising.
Well, the thing is, when I talked to Coach Hausman before the season, is Rancocas Valley calls a timeout. I said, well, how much are you going to miss Iverson Klemic? Obviously, they're going to miss him a lot. But he said, you know what? We didn't run him to death. It's about 15 carries a game. He was also, as he mentioned to us many times, a great receiver. But they didn't just try to say, okay, it's going to be the Iverson Klemic show. So with that in mind, they just wanted to stay balanced this year, and they're doing it here today.
And I wish him well down at Florida. And I wish he would go to Rutgers. If we could keep some of those players at Rutgers, we'd be the national contender every single year. But we do wish him well, and he was fun to have and interview, and great personality. If you saw him on the field last year, he would dance with the little kids, and he was a celebrity. He was signing autographs and taking pictures with the little kids all the time, and we miss him around here for sure. But I'm sure he's doing even bigger things down in Florida. But I think he's redshirting this year, right?
Well, I know one thing. He got his first carry, not this past week, but a week ago.
Oh, okay.
And they also were playing him on defense as well.
Okay.
I talked to one of the assistant coaches, and he talked to Iverson, and he said, Iverson, when you get down there, there's going to be 7 other guys just like you as a running back.
Right.
So not saying that he's not one of the best ones they've got down there, but his value may be on defense. You just don't know until you get there.
I thought he was going to redshirt, but...
Well, I think they can play 4 games with the new rules and still redshirt. Throwing on the run and incomplete. Mangine tossing for a cease, but just off his fingertips. Interesting that they threw the ball there, Dave, instead of just running it and keeping the clock moving.
Yeah, I think they could have just probably done what you said and just run it here, but he snow coned. That was a great pass by Mangine. He plopped it right in exactly where he should have had it. He just dropped it, but it was a really tough concentration catch over the outside shoulder for a high school receiver.
So the goal here is to not let Trenton get the big play. Tornadoes trail at 34-21. Next week's Cherokee for Rancocas Valley. Throwing over the middle, and this one is going to be nearly intercepted by Mangine. We've seen a couple of those in this game. I don't think that the receiver made a catch, or did he? He did not.
I thought Mangine had that one.
Cherokee losing to Wilson. Check that, Winslow, I'm sorry, losing to Winslow, and Winslow has an outstanding quarterback. In overtime, Nottingham knocks off Moorestown 24-21. Second down and 9. McCray rolling left, continues to roll, throws to the left sideline. That one's intended for Hubbard, but I believe it hit the ground, incomplete.
Guys are starting to look tired, walking around a lot. Everybody's looking a little bit tired right now.
And I think what Rancocas Valley wants to do, as you could see on that last play, is the end just wanted to keep him in the pocket. Didn't want to let him get free. And
that's okay sometimes. You stand around, you don't have to take the shot at the sack. Get your hands up high and keep him right in the pocket right there. Close it down.
Always talk about setting the edge in football. If you're a defensive end, that's a big concern. McCray, third down, rolling to his left, has a blocker in front, and he's along the left sideline and then finally knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Rancocas Valley.
See number 33 right there, Kazir Brown, he's a sophomore, made a nice block. He held, but he held inside the shoulder pads, and in the block, if you look really closely, it looks like a hold, but nobody's going to call it because his hands aren't outside the shoulder pads. So he made a nice, disciplined receiver block right there.
First down.
In that play, they did not set an edge right there, and you had him sneak outside the pocket and make a big play.
First down for the Tornadoes. 48 of Rancocas Valley. Being rushed, and this time he is going to be thrown down. Had nowhere to go. They got pressure up the middle, and they also had pressure from the edges.
That was Boker.
Yep, he's another player to watch on defense. Played a good amount last year as well, as senior, 6 feet, 220 pounds. So a loss of 3 yards, second down and 13. Clock continues to run. Under 2 minutes now left in this ball game. Richardson and Ingram out to the right side. Slot formation as well to the left side. McCray rolls this time to his right. Being rushed. Hemmed in. He's just got an ability to break tackles. Cuts inside, and he's going to be short of the first down at the 40-yard line of Rancocas Valley. He just has a great ability to navigate traffic.
Yeah, he's got great vision.
But again, forcing him to run is playing right into Rancocas Valley's hands, because if you run, the clock keeps moving. Rolling right again. McCray throws on the run, and this one is complete at the 27-yard line, not getting out of bounds, and now they call timeout.
He always finds the open receiver. So if you're open, McCray's gonna hit you. But he's a little beat up right now, coming towards the sideline.
Gets the play, and now he's back in. Not a big kid. He's only 5'10", about 160.
Yep, smartest guy on the field, and sees things the fastest, and looks like he's a great leader. Everybody you can see everybody how they kind of look to him on the sideline over here. He's a great leader too.
42 seconds left. McCray, quick pitch to the left side. It's complete, but played well by Rancocas Valley. Minimal gain. Clock continues to run. 23 seconds remaining. 34-21. McCray just downs it to stop the clock. But again, they're down 34-21, so one score is just not going to do it.
Well, it's been a beautiful day. Sorry, Tony, to cut you off. It's been a beautiful day, and anytime we're out here together having a good time, and Rancocas Valley is going to take this one away. But I've always had a great time doing this and just watching the high school kids and taking some football. And, if you lose, you take it as a learning, opportunity, and if you win, same thing, but you get have a little more fun. But it's just football, and it's awesome.
So the penalty against Trenton makes it 3rd and 13. Back to pass. McCray fires deep down the left side, and this one is knocked away. There was Mangine. Lowe was also there, double teaming the intended receiver, which I believe was Ingram, who may be injured. Coming out to attend, and he too may have a situation with cramps. 11 seconds remaining. Rancocas Valley on top, 34-21. If they win this game, it'll be 10 straight over the Tornadoes, one of which was a forfeit. But they have dominated the series. And this was an important game for them to take care of business, coming off that 17-6 loss to Williamstown. Facing Cherokee next week. Tough schedule for the Red Devils, but then again, everyone has a tough schedule, pretty much, in the West Jersey Football League this year with that realignment of the divisions. Tough games pretty much every week. Take a look at Millville. They started out the season playing St. Peter's, who will be the #1 team in New Jersey after beating Bergen Catholic, who was the #1 team in New Jersey. Then St. Augustine, and then Williamstown. That's tough. McCray takes the snap. McCray being flushed. McCray looking downfield. McCray fires on the run, and this one is knocked away. I believe that was Mangine that knocked it away, and a marker on the field. It's against Trenton. Declined by Rancocas Valley as they will get the football. As that was 4th down, and there is 2 seconds left in this game. After the game is over and after the players finish shaking hands, we will go down to the field where my broadcast partner Dave Klemic will be talking to Coach Houseman on this victory on the road. So Rancocas Valley will take a knee. And it'll be over. Hard-fought game. Slow-moving game as well. You don't normally see 3-hour games in high school football, but that's what we got here. So Rancocas Valley with a victory formation. Mangine with the kneel down, and that will do it. The final score. Rancocas Valley knocking off Trenton 34-21 to move to 2-1. Trenton dropping their first of the season. They are now 1-1. So we'll be back to talk with Coach Dan Houseman right after these words from Miller Ford and Lippincott.
Complement any lifestyle or budget. Plus, not just any car can be certified pre-owned Ford. Only the best cared-for vehicles are chosen and then backed with Ford factory coverage, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, special financing, a clean Carfax report, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Find an affordable, reliable, and certified Miller Ford today. Miller makes it better. Route 38 Mount Holly and 24/7 at millerford.com. Pre-loved, pre-approved, new to you. Visit.
Update your home with the long-lasting beauty of natural stone at the Hard Yard. Lippincott Supply in Mount Holly. We stock boulders, Belgian block, flagstone, stacking stone, and decorative gravel. We also offer a huge variety of natural thin veneer stone and custom cut stone. We can help you plan the job, rent the tools, and deliver it all. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the best place to buy natural stone products is at Lippincott Supply, downtown Mount Holly, since 1901.
Let me recap the scoring while we wait for Coach Houseman, as he's going to be talking to his team, as is the customary idea after a game. Opened the scoring did Rancocas Valley with an 18-yard touchdown run by Bryce Mangine. Point after was good. And a 5-yard touchdown run by Mangine made it 14-0 with a point after.
Sorry, Tony, I'm down here on the field with the Coach Hausman had to meet with his team real quick, so I apologize if I cut you off. I can't hear you down here, but they're going to get him over. We'll talk to Coach Hausman a little bit about this win in a minute. I apologize if I cut you off.
No problem, Dave. We'll just wait for Coach Hausman to get finished with his team. Touchdown pass from McRae to Brandon Richardson of 45 yards with the extra point, made it 14-7 as Trenton got on the board. And then Ty Matlock on a kick return of 63 yards. The point after was good. Made it 21-7. Then Bryce Mangine tossed to Washington for a 23-yard touchdown with a point after, 28-7. Then a touchdown pass from McRae, hooking up with the fullback in Carcione for a 5-yard touchdown. Extra point was good, made it 28-14. And then Mangine hooking up with wide receiver Cerrone Hill for 20 yards. That made it 34-14 with a point after being good. And then with 7:54 left in the ball game, 7-yard by the quarterback, McRae, made it 34-21 with the extra point. McRae scoring on the ground, making it 34-21. Of course, McRae is dangerous both through the air and also running the football. See there, Coach Hausman talking to his team, which all coaches like to do after a game. Just talk to him about what went on, what he liked. Hopefully he will be coming on over to talk to Dave Klemic in just a few minutes. Don't forget, coming up next week, it's Rancocas Valley taking on Cherokee. Cherokee, a team that's always good, a great tradition there. Coach Hausman finishing up with his team and coming over, I believe, to talk with Dave Klemic. His team responding this week to the challenge, coming off a disappointing loss to Williamstown, but Williamstown is for real, knocking off Millville in convincing fashion yesterday. So they are a powerhouse, no question about it. Frank Fusatola had some rough years, but he's got that program turned around, and they're one of the top teams in South Jersey. So Dave Klemic is now with Coach Dan Hausman.
Hey, Tony. Okay, great. I'm down here with Coach Hausman after a big win on a really unique field conditions day. How do you feel after that big win?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, we needed to win, and our guys came out and did what we needed to get that win today. So, I mean, we righted the ship after a loss. You got to come back, and the next one's the most important one. And I told these guys at halftime it wasn't going to be easy, and it wasn't. But we got through it, and we came out here with the win.
One of the things that we thought the big today was probably conditioning, because there was our second half, and that wasn't you guys. So how much do you guys do conditioning, and do you think that played a part in this win?
Well, I think both. I think everybody conditions. I mean, I think our guys are just smaller than their guys, and I think it took a little bit bigger toll on them. They weigh a lot more than we do, and I think the climate hurt them. But you know, I'm sure they conditioned too. But I mean, you could see it on our sidelines too. Like, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy out there today. It was hot, humid, and it was a long game. So, but I think both teams wore down a little bit.
How do you? What about this field conditions? We couldn't even see the referee's ankles out here most of the time. So, does that play any factor in you guys?
Listen, it's high school. I mean, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, we're used to our practice conditions. Sometimes you look like this. I mean, we have a turf field, but you got to expect wherever you go. I mean, you know, it's hard to maintain a field, especially throughout the rainy, you know, season. So, you know, I can't complain about the field conditions. Both teams are playing on the same field, so.
I figured it would affect both. You guys got some speedy kids on your team. And last thing, we're going to ask about Danny Condris and how's his ankle and what's his situation.
He's day-to-day right now, so, I mean, we're hoping to have him back for this week, and I'm expecting him back for this week. So, I mean, that's a huge loss we had today, but I think our guys stepped up and did decent, you know, filling in the gaps.
Everybody looked great today. Everybody kind of came together as a team, but we'll hope to see Danny in the future. And, Coach, keep winning, man. You look great out there, man.
So do I. Thank
you. All right.
You.
So that's Coach Hausman, and we finally got him after he had to talk to his team. He said he'd been out here for about 7 hours, and he had to get over there and talk to his team before they all start cramping up. So that's Dave Klemic and Tony Blum, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Yeah, I got here at 10:30, so I know about what he's talking about, getting here early, because just want to make sure you get a spot in the press box. So once again, a final score. Rancocas Valley knocking off Trenton 34-21, and don't forget to stay tuned next week, same place, to get the next of our RV online broadcast. It'll be RV against Cherokee. Want to thank everybody, Dean McCaskey, Tom Williams from Prime Events, of course, our video guys, Gomez, and of course, Mike Champion doing great work, my broadcast partner, Dave Klemic. Thank you all for a great job here today at Trenton. Once again, the final score. Rancocas Valley winning it on the road 34-21, pardon me, over the Trenton Tornadoes. For Dave Klemic, this is Tony Blum. So long for now.